Yes, it is a beautiful day here in South Florida. Whether you're watching sports, working around the house, going to the beach, hanging by the pool. Oh, Saturdays in South Florida are so great. Did the Heat have a so great this week? Did they get better? Another important question. Did the Portland Trail Blazers get better? A lot of people still wondering. There's some lingering thoughts out there. There's been quote unquote coincidences on Instagram Live with Dame Lillard in Miami. Is he subtly hinting at maybe that's his next move? Or really, is it just a coincidence with some of the stuff that's going on with Dame Lillard in Miami and music in the background and all types of craziness? Time is going to tell on that. Ma cousin, Vladimir Louison. I am Dan Day at Dan Day Radio at Vlad2078. Ooh, I don't know. Did the Heat get better with Hami Jaquez Jr.? I liked him at UCLA, to be honest with you, Vlad.
I
I thought he
did
was a great
too.
player. I think he could score. I think he's been on the big stage before. He's got good pedigree. His father, basketball player. I like it. I like it. But is he going to be wearing a Heat uniform? All signs point to possibly. They're all saying the same thing. Yeah, absolutely. But I don't know. I don't know. Damian Lillard, Blazers say they have no interest in trading him. None. Damian Lillard says, I have no interest in being part of a youth movement. Well, they've got three guards basically exactly the same size now.
Right.
So something's got to give right there. Scoot Henderson, Anthony Simons, and Damian Lillard. Pretty much the same guard. Different skill levels, of course. Damian Lillard's an all-time great. Anthony Simons, very good. Scoot, we'll see what happens with him. Can't keep all three of those guards, can you? No.
No.
No. Oh, man. I really just think what the Portland Trail Blazers need to do, sit down with Damian Lillard, look each other in the eye and say, we've always done right by you up to this point. You've always done right by us up to this point. What's going to make you happy? Just tell them. If you want to go, we'll send you. If you want to stay, we'll work some pieces out. We'll figure it out. Is that going to happen, though? They've listened to Damian Lillard a lot in the past. Remember this, Vlad. One Hassan Whiteside was a must for Damian Lillard. Got rid of him. Got some other guys in there that he's really wanted and liked, and hasn't always worked out. And Carmelo Anthony was okay. So they've listened to him in the past. Maybe it gets to that point like Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. Enough's enough. You know what? We've done you right. You've done us right. We need to move on. If that's the case, there's only seeming to be one team and one team only on Damian Lillard's wish list. He says, the Miami Heat. And then quickly, after he realizes he was so quick to say Miami Heat, goes, and the Brooklyn Nets. He's not wanting to play for Brooklyn, Vlad.
There's a team. No, I don't understand why it's everybody. And I love Brooklyn, but I don't love the Nets. So I don't understand everybody's fascination for playing the Nets. There is a team that I low-key think should be making a move for Damian Lillard. It's your team.
New Orleans Pelicans?
Yes.
Make a little trade, get some Zion out there, and then get you get CJ McCollum.
You reunite that backcourt, but they never had an inside presence. But look, this Dame and Portland situation, I've said over the course of the last couple of months. Listen, man, it's like a relationship, bro. There's no spark in the relationship anymore. You love her, but you're not in love with her.
You've lost that love and feeling.
And nobody wants to be the one to initiate the breakup.
You're in a good relationship. There's no reason.
It's not good anymore.
Well, listen, there's no reason you should break up. No one's unfaithful.
The kids are grown.
Everything's fine. There's no reason other than this. Just run its course. It's hard to admit. It's hard to admit in a relationship. No one's done wrong. No one's done right. But someone needs to step up to the table and go, hey, look, this just isn't right anymore. We have to go our own separate ways. Now, if he ends up in New Orleans, woohoo! If he ends up here in the Miami Heat, woohoo! I can't see him landing anywhere else, to be honest with you. I think it's Heat or bust.
Or Boston.
Are you staying? Boston. With the Porzingis? We're going to break all this down as the show goes on.
What I'm thinking Boston's doing, Boston is changing up the dynamic. They figured that this Tatum-Brown duo has run its course, so maybe it's time to move on. And you put a team of Dame, KP, and Tatum. That's a different force you're going against. But Dame has to realize it's time for him to go. Portland has to realize it's time to let him go. And just get this damn thing going, man.
Ah, man, it's hard to give up somebody that talented that can score that easily. goodness.
But fam, if you've drafted Anthony Simons and you drafted Scoot Henderson, you're basically drafting his replacement. It's like,
or no, you're taking the best player available. That's also the other way you can
nah,
look at it.
man.
Let's not do too much of that where they're saying, oh, they want to replace him. Maybe they're saying best guy available. You get the best players, then you deal the pieces.
That's what
where
they say,
may.
but it's really, I'm already looking for your replacement.
I'm a big fan of get the best player available and deal the pieces where you have to deal them and get what you might want to get. I don't believe in this whole we got to draft for what we need. You can go out there and trade and free agent for what you need most of the time. So I always like the idea of getting the best player available and then moving the pieces where you want to. We don't know. We're going to find out throughout the day. We're also going to talk about it all. But right now, we do appreciate everybody jumping on the Twitch, the YouTube Live, 560 WQAM Odyssey app. I got Sergey already being positive. Lillard is staying put in Portland. Okay, I could see that also happening. I understand where you're coming from. It's interesting, though. It's interesting. Right now, though, let's run it back the week that was here in the Sports South Florida world with a montage.
Sugar in my hair, melting everywhere in the sunshine.
2 for 3 tonight. First pitch in the air, fairly deep, right center field. He's gonna watch it go! Garrett Cooper! A 3-run bomb in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Marlins are punishing the Pirates bullpen, and they lead 6-4.
Take me anywhere, take me anywhere, wanna be your guy.
With the 18th pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the Miami Heat select Jaime Jaquez Jr. from UCLA.
It's all I can do. Blazing for you.
We're not going to take a wrecking ball to this thing. only some of us know what I'm talking about. You know, good times come, good times go. Hard times come, hard times go. You know, we're not going to take a wrecking ball to a good team.
Down while my face starts to crystallize.
And another one. Did he get it? Did he get it? Yes, he did. Tommy Tanks walks it off. And the LSU Tigers will face the Gators in the finals. A no-doubter RBIs number 99 and 100 on the season. And Tommy White moves the Tigers into the championship.
Manasseh comes in out of bullpen, tries to land a first pitch, and Tommy White gets the head out. A no-doubter. Enjoy that one, young man. That'll put you in the record books as the Tiger right there.
What a baseball game. I mean, the starters were everything we wanted to see. The bullpens were outstanding, and Cam Manasseh comes in and one pitch into it, a slider that's a little bit too far up. Tommy White's now driven in 100 this year, 99 and 100 right there. Tommy White walks him off, and LSU and Florida will play for the national championship.
With the first pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the San Antonio Spurs select Victor Wembanyama from Nanterre, France.
Here's the 1-1, and a ground ball hit left side, could do it. John Birdie's got it in the lever, throws the first. This ball game is over. It's a heart-stopping, edge-of-your-seat, 5-run bottom of the 8th inning for the Miami Marlins. They have wrapped up their 21st come-from-behind win of the season, and they take care of the Pittsburgh Pirates tonight. They beat them 6-4.
Woo! Got a little bit of music right there from Miami's own Jacuzzi Boys. They're going to be playing at Gramps tonight in Wynwood. Thinking about making it out there, Vlad. I know you're kind of digging that right there. Some local bands rocking it out, jocking it out, having a good time. Might have to make it out.
Nice, showing local love.
Yeah, local love. Jacuzzi Boys. Now, they do tour nationally. They're not just here local Miami, but they are from Miami, making a name for themselves, playing at Gramps tonight. Might have to make it out there. I'm just going to wait and see. Real quick, let's get to some headlines. The Dolphins are plus 2,500 to win the Super Bowl and minus 105 to make the playoffs, while ESPN's Dan Orlovsky says Miami's knocking on the door of the playoffs but division rivals Jets and Bills, he considers them Super Bowl contenders.
I agree with Dan Orlowski.
Okay, we're going to get into this as the day goes on. CBS predicts the Hurricanes to win 7.5 games this coming football season. Of course, things kick off September 1st at 7. I expect them to win 8 games this season. So I'm above that 7.5. Miami Hurricanes.
They need to win more than 8 games, bro.
Well, it's a rebuilding, man. They're rebuilding. They'll be all right. They got the guys coming in. They just need the time. I mean, 7.5 right there. That's like I said. I got 8. So Marlins scored 1 in the first, but gave up 3 in the 9th and lost 3-1 to the Pirates yesterday. But Luis Arraez went 3 for 4. He's now batting .402 on the season. Keep saying that he's not going to bat 400 this year, everyone. People keep saying, oh, yeah, it's too early, too early. He just stays right there, by the way. You get the Pirates and the Marlins today at 4. Brian Hoeing is going to get the start for the Fish. Everyone in the soccer world talking about Sergio Busquets. He has joined Inter Miami as a free agent. He will be reunited with Lionel Messi, who was his teammate for years at FC Barcelona. The Herons minus Busquets and Messi will take on the Philadelphia Union tonight at 7:30, trying to end that 6-game losing streak. Vlad, reassure me tonight's going to be a good night to be an Inter Miami Heron.
What's your plans for tonight?
Oh, waiting on you, man.
You said you had plans. You were gonna go check out
Jacuzzi Boys.
Yeah, I think you should go check out Jacuzzi Boys. That's gonna make your Saturday night very very happy.
So much going on. We're gonna talk about it towards the end of the show. I got so much to do tonight. I don't know how I'm gonna get it all in, but like you're reassuring me right there. Speaking of things to do tonight, you want some soccer action? U.S. men's national team. They open Gold Cup play at 9:30 against Dem Reggae Boys, Jamaica, in Chicago, but they're going to do so without Serginho Dest and Weston McKennie, who are not only suspended for this tournament, but they're actually not even on the roster for the U.S. men's team. The U.S. men probably knew they were going to get suspended and said, you know what, we'll just not even waste the roster spots. So they're not going to be on
easy vacay, man. Give those boys a little vacation.
Yeah, man.
That's a nasty suspension, though. I ain't gonna hold you.
Well, I mean, you got called some nasty things, but they did get into a fight on the field with the Mexico guys. So
you called me a racial, names.
Was it racial?
I'm smacking you.
I thought it was homophobic. I'm sure it was a little bit of both.
Whatever. If you're calling me out of my name and out of my character, you're getting these hands.
That is true. That is true. Like, you know what? I don't have a problem with you defending yourself against racism or homophobic, and if somebody's coming at you, you come at them. I have no problem with that. Take your suspension. They want to suspend you. That's
you gonna suspend me? That's it.
I don't care.
I'll take that.
I ain't
easy.
no punk. That's one thing.
I ain't no kid.
It's better to be a man and get suspended than not get suspended and be known as a punk. Because every game you play, they're gonna test you. They're gonna
all
test you
the time.
Ask Blake Griffin. He gets tested every single game because at the beginning of his career, he's soft to people. Got labeled as soft. Now he's always getting roughed up and ramped up. Got to be tough. Take that suspension. Be a man. Enjoy it. LSU, Florida kick off the College World Series Championship Series tonight.
You're so happy.
7 o'clock. The two faced off for the national championship back in 2017, and the Gators took that trophy home. That game Thursday night was magical. LSU, Wake Forest. Paul Skeens on the mound. He's not giving up any runs. No one gave up runs till the 11th inning when Tommy Tanks goes in there and hits the blast. It was one of the proudest, drunkest moments of my life. I was so happy. And
were you proud or were you?
I was both.
Okay, because I was about to ask you, which were you, proud or were you more drunk? Were you more proud or were you more drunk?
Definitely more proud than drunk.
Okay,
I say right, that's cool. Duffy's though, man, you get you every time. Panthers preseason schedule has been released to begin September 25th at FLA Live Arena against Nashville, and they're also going to play some games up in Orlando. I know you're excited about that, Vlad. You and your guy Sergey Bobrovsky can hang out after games like you usually do. Magical times. I get all the pictures. I'm so happy for you. Tell them I said hello.
Oh,
you do. You hang out right next to Sergey Bobrovsky after every single
dude.
game.
Whoever got that picture, I think it was Manny. Shout out to Manny,
Manny
right?
Fernandez.
Yeah, shout out to Manny. It's funny. Manny always wants pictures of us, and I'm not taking pictures.
I do all the time.
Yeah, but he took a picture of me. Well, at least a screenshot of me next to. I was right next to that man. I was doing
Rubbing
my
elbows,
job,
baby. Rubbing elbows.
I was definitely doing my job.
Speaking of doing your job and rubbing elbows, let's take a step into the day spa. A man in Spain broke a record by running 100 kilometers in 13 seconds, all while wearing high heels.
Wait.
Sounds like a fun weekend to me. I don't know.
Wait, they were how many miles they ran?
No, just 10 kilometers.
But in high heels?
Yeah.
Okay.
We ran 100 meters. I'm sorry, it was 100 meters.
100 meters?
100 kilometers. That'd be a lot, man. That's like 50 miles. No.
What was the time? What was their time?
He ran 100 meters in 13 seconds flat
Damn.
in high heels. In high heels.
All right. There's no way he's coming down on the heel.
I I didn't catch the video, man.
No, he's running. He's got to be running well, first of all, I've never been in no
Running-
heels or anything like that, but
Running
I
on his
just,
toes.
you got to be running on your
I thought
toes
you
and
were
the
supposed
flat of your foot.
I thought I was supposed to do heel toe, heel toe, heel toe, heel toe.
Yeah, but he's running with heels. That means there's heels. I don't know, ladies, if you're listening, 305-567-0560. I don't know.
I respect women so much just to be able to walk in heels, because if you've ever tried it, it is. I mean, like when you're a kid, you try your mom's, it's hard as hell, man. So much respect.
I mean, running 100 meters in 13 seconds in high heels.
That's good.
I don't know how I feel, but I got to give the man props.
Yeah, respect, man. Respect.
I got to give him respect.
He owns that record. Respect. Does Dame Lillard have it for the Portland Trail Blazers? The Portland Trail Blazers have it for Damian Lillard? Maybe does Damian Lillard and the Heat have a little bit of mutual respect? We're going to discuss that next here on Sports Day 560 WQAM.
Can Lillard coexist with Scoot on the Blazers?
No. And I don't mean that literally from the standpoint that he can't, because obviously he could if they were committed to doing so. I don't believe he should be committed to doing so. And so, again, that formula is because I know you're so literal and you want to make sure that we're clear about the question that's being asked. I don't like the way this question was asked because I'm not trying to say he can't. I'm trying to say he shouldn't and he won't.
The word salad.
As far as
I apologize. I didn't give you the right question.
As far as I'm concerned, here's the
point.
bottom line. Last night, when the Blazers drafted Scoot Henderson, it's the perfect excuse to move on from the Damian Lillard era. I'm not talking about it as an organization. I'm talking about Dillard saying, I want up out of here. You got the future of the franchise. Henderson is going to be a baller. I've got nothing but faith in this brother. He's got a big time mid-range game. I think stepping away from the basket. They talked about how he needed to improve upon that, but he's studied strong at 6'2", got an NBA body already. Nobody is questioning his athleticism and strength, what he's going to do on this level. That's why he's a top 3 pick. Major props to him. Major props to the Blazers for picking him. But you're not going anywhere for the foreseeable future if you are the Blazers. You're not a part of the championship equation. And I'm going to sound like a broken record here because I can't count the amount of times that I've said over the last few years. Damian Lillard needs to want out of Portland. He needs to move on. Of course, the Blazers organization doesn't want to lose him. He's great, 32 years of age, just finished averaging 32 points. A pillar of the community. He's deified in the Portland area. You know that people walk through the turnstiles just to see him play. He's not only an elite player, he's good for business, okay? Because he's ingratiated himself with that community that well. But from a strictly basketball perspective, you are not a part of the championship equation. You stayed there just long enough for them to get what I think will probably be a perfect successor to him. Live with that and move on, Damian Lillard. My answer is no.
So if you're a Heat fan, you're hopeful after hearing what Stephen A. Smith says. Although in the middle, he kind of veered more towards Dame Time staying in Portland, like he's a pillar of the community. He's deified. It's going to sell seats. But he's like, you got to get out of there. You got to go. I have the feeling, Vlad, and I don't know if you believe the same as I do, that if Damian Lillard goes to the Portland Trail Blazers executives and the owners and the powers that be and respectfully says, I don't want to be here for this youth movement. You've drafted well. I think you're in a good place. I need to go on. I think they'd be willing to trade him.
New general manager for Portland.
Devin, definitely more willing to trade him.
Yeah, you're not my guy. I mean, I know everything you did for this franchise. I know you're the face, but you're also at a part in your career where you're 32 going to turn 33 and you want to win. And we're trying to rebuild. And you don't want to stay for the rebuild. All right. Now what?
Because Dame's probably got 3 really good years left in him, and then there's going to be a declining of his skills, I would guess.
I mean, I think he probably has 3 prime years left where he can make that type of money that he's making. But
rebuild usually takes 2 or 3 years usually. So,
and in that West, because it's not like Jokic is going to be crap anytime soon.
Right.
He's not going to be trashed like in the next year or 2. No. They got a good nucleus. It's gonna be very interesting to see what happens with Memphis. Kings got a great young talent,
team.
And you also still got your team. New Orleans is coming up, hopefully. And there's always the big name teams that's always going to be willing to make moves. So yeah, Portland's got to look. Dame knows, man. Dame knows he's not winning no title in Portland in a year or 2. So it's time for him to move.
It's hard though, man. It's hard to move on. Boys to Men said, it's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday.
All right, Dan, it's only 4 members of Boys to Men. You're not one of them.
Oh, crap. I forgot. I wouldn't remember. I got voted out. Okay, let's run through some of the scenarios, Vlad, and tell me the likelihood of these scenarios happening, mainly Dame Lillard, mainly with the Miami Heat, Portland Trail Blazers, all that mix. Number 1, Dame Lillard goes in, says, Scoot Henderson, Anthony Simons, they're your new guys. I need out. I need to go to a contender. I need to play. And in some way, shape, or form, Pat Riley and the Portland Trail Blazers get on the horn and make this deal happen. What is the likelihood that Damian Lillard next season right here in South Florida, and I don't really care about the trade. They're going to make it happen. They're going to figure out who they got to get going and who they got to let go. What are the likelihood that Pat Riley can get this done?
I don't think it's going to happen, man.
Okay.
You know why? Because that press conference, that was classic Riles, bro.
Yeah.
That was classic Riles. Because Riles knows what. Listen, I told you this last weekend on last weekend show. The person who's happy the most about this run is Riley. Because he was getting ripped for bringing back this team, other than PJ Tucker, for bringing back this team. And the team went further than the team that was the number 1 seed the year prior.
Right.
So, therefore, he could literally say, I could run back this team.
And he also buys a lot of time because even if the team hovers around 500 all next year, he can be like, what did last year show you? Don't count us out. It's all about the playoffs.
And you can't count this team out.
And
Like,
you have to sit
literally,
there and ride with them.
this upcoming 23-24 season, Cuzzo, is going to be, if the Heat go on an 8-game losing streak, you can't say nothing. You can't say nothing. They'll get it together because you've seen it. You saw it last year, this past season. If they go up, down, they struggle, if they start like they're like the Down Jones, you know what I mean? Like,
can't say anything.
you can't say anything. Or you're gonna be like, as long as we get in the playoffs.
Like Paul Maurice.
As long as we get in the playoffs.
Just ride with us. It's about to get in the playoffs. Don't worry about the result during the regular season. Ye of little faith. You don't have the guts. We'll talk bad about you. Oh, it's tough though, man, when you see these teams during the regular season. I think the thing is, Damian Lillard and the Portland Trail Blazers hold all the cards. So if Damian wants out,
No.
No.
It's
It's what Portland wants. Because Portland, what happens if Portland says, only way you're getting him?
Portland's in
Tyler
a
Hero and
nasty
Bam Adebayo.
situation right now because they can't do him wrong. Because he's done right by that city, by that organization. He's always been loyal to the soil, so they can't do him wrong.
What does Portland want, though?
But the fact of the matter is, Portland wants to get rid of him. This is a nasty situation. This is no different than the Jets and Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. This is no different. The only difference is Dame's never won Portland the title while Aaron did. So therefore, and Aaron's a 4-time MVP. But they've drafted the guys that they were trying to replace that backcourt. Remember, CJ got traded to Portland. Simons came in. Dame's been the face of that franchise. Everybody's been heralding Scoot.
Yeah.
They've been saying he's
Pump the brakes on that one a little bit.
I kind of, like, I like the kid's game, but, he's still young, but let's slow down before we saying, like, he's NBA ready and all that.
Right. He's a little undersized. Like, what, 6'2", something like that? But
Right. He's 6'2", but
matter.
it doesn't really matter. But he's a dog, though. I'm not going to lie. He's a dog, but let's slow the
Still
brakes.
third pick in the draft, too. We act like he was the best player out there. And like, no.
Well,
he's
I
still
mean,
third.
nobody was gone. Nobody's going ahead of Wembanyama.
No.
Wembayama. So, yeah, come on now.
Okay, so let's say this.
So Portland's and you talking about a new general manager. They want to get rid of him. They want to rebuild. But you don't want to be the guy to say you gave up the franchise player. So it has to be a mutual decision. It's got to be a compromise. They both have to come and meet each other and just basically say, this is what I want. But also when Portland, whoever Portland's giving, trading Dame to, they got to get some assets back, baby.
They got a lot of, and that's what I'm saying. What's the likelihood that, okay, Dame's out of here. Portland's like, oh, he ain't going to be cheap. You don't get a transitional player, championship type player like this for nothing. What if they go to the Heat and say, look, you know what? We don't worry about those picks anymore. We want Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero, straight up Damian Lillard. That doesn't happen, right? Because the Heat are not going to trade Bam Adebayo. At least that's what we think. So I'm saying that's probably unlikely. What the likelihood of the Trailblazers asking price would probably be Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, Nikola.
But do they need a Tyler Hero? I mean, they got 2 guards already.
They just trying to get whatever they can get.
That's why they were. That's
So
why
Bam Adebayo.
That's why they want Bam. I think they really want Bam more than Tyler.
So are the Heat willing to trade Bam Adebayo?
Hell no.
Nikola Jokic, and let's say Duncan Robinson and 2 first-round draft picks for Damian Lillard? Or is Bam just totally off the table? They said they laughed at the idea of trading Bam.
Yes. There's only probably one player that you're trading Bam for. Well, 2 big men, but one is not going to go away.
Joel Embiid?
Yeah, if Embiid is making a stink out of, in Cheesesteak City, yeah.
So what's the chances Portland says, you know what, Dame, you love us, we love you, we've got a lot of talent, we got a lot of youth, just stick it out, let's ride or die. We've got some backup guards for you, we've got Anthony Simons, we've got Scoot Henderson. How about we just try to run this thing and see what goes, and then in the middle of the season, if things aren't right, then we'll try to shop you. Is that a wait and see possibility?
Are you going to get the same value? that you would get right now?
I don't know. That's a wait and see, roll the dice type possibility. Would that be something that you could see them doing? I know, because Portland's going to be pretty prudent. They're a pretty prudent organization. That's a different scenario that could weigh in and weigh out. Now, what if Portland says, "Look, we love Dame. It's Dame time all the time." Miami Heat, I got a little something for you. Scoot Henderson, rookie contract. Anthony Simons, two really good players. Is there any way we could maybe make a little trade, a little Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero trade right now for those guys? And you get two good guards who could be, around for a very long time, scoring you a lot of points. And you need a lot of points, and you're getting two guys that could score the ball. Although Scoot Henderson, we don't know for sure, but we're assuming he's going to be a very good offensive player in the league from what he did in the G League. Is there a possibility that they go kick the tires on that and Pat Riley says, well, it's the best of a bad situation? Is that a possibility? How possible is a better question, I guess.
It's very possible.
It's very possible. Uh-oh, I don't think Heat Nation wants to hear that, Vlad. I was kind of trying to poke you a little bit right there. You're sitting there now telling me that could be it.
Bro, I'm really looking at it more and more
It's
right
not
now.
terrible. Okay, if you got a chance to have Scoot Henderson and Anthony Simons, but not have Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson, okay. Throwing a first-round pick, whatever. Go ahead. And then they say, oh, look, we're helping you out, Dame. We've got, some more shooting around you. We've got a first-round pick. We might trade some of those pieces, maybe a 3-team trade. Oh, man, the more and more I talk about it, the more realistic it sounds.
Look, man, it's a great likelihood that once the 2023-24 season begins, Dame Lillard will be a Portland Trailblazer, even though they need to divorce.
Well, what if Portland trades off some of their assets to get some more veteran?
What? But who though, bro? Like that's the thing. Who? The only real aspect.
Zion.
Okay, but if they were gonna do that, then they would have done it on Thursday. They would have just traded Zion to Portland, gotten Scoot Henderson and other assets, and that would have been it.
Yeah. I really think, and I told you this last week, I really think they're taking a wait and see attitude. They're in no rush right now. Dame's not forcing their hand yet. They're not in a hurry to get rid of Dame.
I don't know if Dame's not forcing their hand, but this is the most vocal Dame has been about leaving.
There was an Instagram post recently that had Miami music playing in the background, and they said it was a coincidence.
What's Miami music, by the way?
It might have been Will Smith's Miami. I saw it right as I was going on the air.
I was trying to figure out, what's Miami music?
Like Welcome to Miami and stuff.
Oh, okay. Miami theme song.
Well,
okay.
Let's look it up right now. I think Welcome to Miami is on in the background, and they say it was a coincidence. Here we go. Oops. Damian Lillard agent explains viral IG live that fueled Blazers to Heat rumors. It says Damian Lillard, Frenzy Friday, Instagram. Will Smith's Miami was playing in the background during Dame Lillard while he was on IG live on Friday. Coincidence? They say yes. Coincidence? I say hell no. You know better than that, Dame. Another thing is he's a rapper, Dame Dollar.
Why are you listening to what? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the first thing I'm like. Come on, man.
Get the hell out of here.
This is Dame Dollar. He's listening to Welcome to Miami.
That's
no.
not even rap, man. That's just Will Smith. Okay.
Actually, you know what? Shout out to Nas because I think Nas wrote that song.
Okay. Well, no, I'm not saying it's a bad song. I'm just saying Dame Dollar, Damian Lillard, Dame Time ain't listening to Will Smith. Coincidentally, on the Friday after the draft on his IG live. Vlad, come on.
Yeah, I'm not believing it.
There's no way in hell. Dame, you gotta be sharper than that, man. Play some Pitbull, play some.
No, I don't know about playing Pitbull. Just playing your own music. Just bring
promote yourself.
Just listen, bro. Just make the decision.
That's I'm sorry.
This trade. You know what's the sad part about this though, Cuzzo, is that this is gonna be the talk throughout the whole NBA summer. I don't think a deal for Dame will happen.
I told you.
If it does happen, I don't think it's gonna happen until they're in Vegas for the summer league.
Yeah, well, now we got to see what happens. Speaking of summer league, we're going to talk about some of these new Heat guys, especially one Jaime Jaquez Jr. Because you can't call him Jaime Jaquez Jr. because you got to stay with the J and the H. I don't understand how.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I don't want to be by any people from
fall.
the tribe when saying these words, his name and anything like that. But it's yeah.
man can ball. We're going to get into
Oh, he
more
can ball all right.
Jaime Jaquez Jr. and how he may be with the Heat, he may not be with the Heat. But up next, Vlad and I are going to go take a look at what I like over the past 24 hours here on Sports Day 560 WQAM. Special Saturday Sports Day, 560 WQAM with my cousin Vladimir Louison. I am Dan Day. Right now, we're going to run back some of the stuff that we liked over the past 24 hours, basically, or maybe a little longer than that in the sports world. Stay positive, stay good, stay happy. Now, we all know Brian De La Cruz, that is our dude over there with the Marlins, but there is another De La Cruz making an absolutely huge name for himself.
Breaking balls than fastballs. That is blitz to right center field. Off the top of the wall. He nearly had a home run by inches. That was 117 off the bat. Pitch. First pitch in the air to right. Acuna back at the wall. Gone! De La Cruz does it again. 1-2. Broke his bat. That's in the center. Base hit. Windmill on McClain. De La Cruz. He is a triple shy. 3 for 3. And the Reds within 1.
This Reds team is going to have a lot of scoring opportunities.
De La Cruz, right center. Down base hit. Could he go 3? India around third. India scores. It's a cycle. This rookie in 2 weeks of the big leagues posts the first cycle for a Red since 1989. Ellie Mania.
Wow. Ellie De La Cruz hits for the cycle since 1989. First time a Reds player has done that. Maybe even more impressive, 12 wins in a row for a team that was mired in obscurity most of the season. This Reds team looking pretty good.
Cincinnati's got some good sports mojo going on, man.
got
Bengals, you got the Reds playing well.
Ellie
Good
De
for
La
them.
Cruz, man. This guy looks like just God's gift of baseball.
Dude, he's 6'7", 6'8", runs like a cheetah. Like he can get to second base on a routine single.
He does.
Like that's crazy.
If he hits a double into the gap, it's a triple.
By the way, the minute he got that hit, the ball went in the gap, you knew he was getting the triple.
Oh yeah.
It was like, yeah, that's easy. Is it going to be an inside the park home run? That was. By the way, let me ask you this.
Held up a little bit.
Let me ask you this. If you're a player, right, and you're 3 for 3, you already got the home run, you got the double, you got the single. Now you're going for the triple.
Oh yeah.
But you also have a chance to hit the inside the park home run. Do you stop at third?
Yeah.
Just to get the triple?
Unless you need it to win, and even that, I think, yeah. Unless it's to win the game, you go ahead and if you're going to win, if it'll be a walk-off winner, yeah, you go ahead and get the inside the park home run. But, if you're down by a couple or up by a couple, go on ahead and pull up a little bit on third or slow down a little bit after you hit that second base. I'm just saying that's what I do. Many baseball games to play with. I'm telling you, if you have not seen Ellie De La Cruz yet, check him out. And check out those Reds. Also, Brian De La Cruz, pretty darn good too. He went 1 for 4 yesterday, I think. Nonetheless, Martin's going to get back on the winning side today. What do you do, Vlad? You're holding your baby boy. You're holding your beer. And a home run ball starts flying towards you.
Drop that baby.
Do you drop? Just play.
Have to shut him down here. That's right down the middle, trying to get the strike. Lewis is ready. Got a catch here with a young child in her hand. Oh, snagged it right out of the air.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
I
talking
see you.
about.
Look, mom takes the baby right away. Honey, nice catch, but irresponsible. It's a birthday boy. He's got to get that signed.
So Detroit Tigers game, someone hits a home run. The guy's holding the baby in one hand, drops the beer, catches the ball barehanded. Mother didn't look upset, but also at the same time looked a little concerned about her baby boy. So she took the baby away, and the guy's holding the ball like, oh, yeah, this is great, man.
The mother's horrible, bro.
What?
Should have saved the beer. That's the first thing she should have grabbed.
She should have reached for the baby and the beer. And
No, the beer first. He's got control of the baby. He can catch the ball barehanded. The beer, come on, man. He just lost the beer. Now he's got to go back to the concession. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I know. And when you have a baby, money becomes an issue. It's an
Absolutely.
expensive beer.
And you have a baby. That's only you probably only have a certain limit of beers you can drink because you're probably gonna have to drive home. So you can't get too drunk.
Okay.
So nah. Dad did the right. Dad should have dropped the baby first.
Man, I've never even come close to catching a foul ball or a home run ball at a baseball game in my
Oh.
life. College, pro, nothing. Never. Ever. That would be something, though.
That would be something.
Might try to have to do that at a Marlins game later this year. Now, we do know a guy that does drink beer and also maybe takes in some other extracurriculars. His name is Aaron Rodgers, and he was actually at a psychedelics symposium in Colorado speaking, saying, don't you discount me.
All these bums who want to, come after me online about my experience and stuff, they've never tried it. They're the perfect people for it. We need to get these people taking it. You know what? It's going to be hard to cancel me because, the previous year, 26 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. We had a good season. Ayahuasca, 48 touchdowns, 5 interceptions.
Ayahuasca.
MVP. What are you going to say?
Can't cancel IMVP. I mean, you can't cancel the MVP.
I like the fact that he's going out there speaking about legalizing psychedelic drugs.
Drugs are good.
It's been legalized now by the voters. Now, it has not gone into law in Colorado and in Oregon. And Aaron Rodgers said, man, it made me a better person. And like I was telling someone the other day, he's taking ayahuasca. Ayahuasca doesn't totally rip you and get you crazy. It's more of a subtle thing. But I'm thinking that Aaron Rodgers is OG. He's done some pretty hard stuff.
I love it.
I mean, does anybody doubt that Aaron Rodgers hadn't taken something harder than a little bit of ayahuasca?
I mean, definitely smoking. He's smoking weed, and he's probably hit some, he's hit some narcotics probably.
He's had some sheets, things. Hey, I don't have a problem with it.
Listen, man, whatever these athletes need to keep them on top, let him do it. That's why I said, Tiger, nobody should have ripped him when he was sleeping with all this women. Keep on doing it.
Look, I'll tell you this. What you do is your business.
Perkins waitresses, keep going.
If you're not hurting yourself and others, really, then I don't see what the problem is. You do what you want to do and let the chips fall where they may.
I'm not physically hurting you.
Right.
I mean, emotions, that's on you.
Yeah. So I like Aaron Rodgers for a lot of reasons. I like him as a physically talented quarterback.
I love him.
I kind of like that he's salty and nasty and he kind of says what he wants to do.
Petty Rodgers.
I definitely like that he takes some psychedelic drugs and is not ashamed to promote it.
Ayahuasca.
Not so excited about him playing for the Jets, but that's one of the things you just live with.
Best thing ever.
Well, you know who else likes Aaron Rodgers, especially after talking about all those psychedelics?
Who?
Guy that's right there in his division, Josh Allen.
You looking forward to having Aaron Rodgers in the division?
I am. I've gotten to know Aaron over the last couple of years, and I'd consider us, fairly close. And I don't say we text on the regular, but I FaceTime him. I don't really call him all that much. I FaceTime. He usually answers, which is a big plus. I know he doesn't answer a lot of people.
Wait, that's the big thing is that he said the Packers weren't FaceTiming him. So Josh Allen figured this out. You just FaceTime Aaron Rodgers.
Just got to FaceTime him. That's it. He'll answer.
See, my man
No, but I mean, I've been such a fan of him, as a little kid, having Aaron Rodgers jerseys and trying to emulate what he does on the football field. And, he's such a special player. I think he's the most gifted thrower of the football of all time. And to now be going against him twice a year and, it's going to be a battle.
Can't lie.
First of all, I want everybody to know my quarterback doesn't lie. He said, I don't do the texts. I don't do the phone calls. You got to hit me up on FaceTime, Green Bay.
I was pretty like that. I'd want to be on FaceTime
But
all the time, too.
Look at that. Josh Allen said, I just FaceTime all the time. He pretty much co-signed what Aaron was saying. So Green Bay didn't really want Aaron back. That's all BS.
The only thing I don't like about Aaron Rodgers is the chance that he's going to get against the Dolphins. Other than that, I like Aaron Rodgers. I like what he's doing. He seems like he's actually a very personable, nice guy.
I love it.
Some of his ex-girlfriends might not like him, but then again, Vlad, a lot of our ex-girlfriends don't like us either. So,
dude, come on now.
That's just what it is. It is what it is.
My girl, there's an ex I haven't talked to for 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah.
And she's a friend of the family.
No. That's it.
I just won't talk to her. But I'm just saying, yeah, good for my boy.
Speaking of not so much on speaking terms, a little bit of beef. Vlad, we like beef.
What's beef? Pause.
Yeah, the other day, Jamar Chase asked who's the best quarterback in the NFL. He says, without a doubt, it's his guy, Joe Burrow. And then they're like, what about Patrick? He said, Patrick who? Well, recently, Travis and Jason Kelsey, Travis, this is mostly Travis. Jason's kind of just sitting back, relaxing.
Jason's like licking the wounds from the ass whooping that, not the ass whooping, but from losing to Travis and Pat. So, yeah, listen, I like this beef.
So Travis keeps the beef going.
I thought it was a little bold, So the guy's a 2-time league MVP, 2-time Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah.
To say Pat who is like,
a little disrespectful.
Who doesn't love some good locker room banter, man? Shout out to Jamar Chase for, holding it down for his QB, but don't you ever disrespect Pat Mahomes now. If you want to talk your talk your pimp. Just better back it up.
Ooh,
I like it. You know what?
week 17 can't come any sooner.
You can hear in his voice that he kind of likes it. And then there, it's a little talking, it's a little noise, but there's still a little bit of fear of each other that they might get the best of each other. So I like it. They're fueling into the beef. What's Jamar Chase supposed to say?
Well, here's
What's
the thing.
Travis Kelce
But here's
supposed
the
to say?
thing. Here's the thing. I don't knock what Chase did, even though Burrow did co-sign saying that Pat's the best quarterback in the league and the best player, he's holding down his boy, and as you're supposed to. Burrow should have stood up for his boy. Burrow's like, I should have said I respect my guy looking out for me, anything like that. Because Kelsey's doing exactly what he's supposed to. He's supposed to, co-sign his guy, back up his guy. Yeah, this is a rivalry right now. This is probably football's best rivalry right now. It's the Bengals against the Chiefs.
Let's go.
I like it.
Keep it going. Don't put some disrespect on my quarterback's name. Let's get it on. See you in the playoffs for the Super Bowl. The Dolphins might have a little something to say to that. Next hour, we're going to talk about what the Dolphins might be getting done this coming season. People are talking. That's what people do. They talk. We're going to listen and we're going to talk back. That's next here on Sports Day 560 WQAM. With my cousin Vladimir Louison, I am Dan Day. We're live on the Twitch and YouTube. We're also 560 WQAM and the Odyssey app. That is all around the world for absolutely free. Miami Heat, they're in a kind of wait and see. Will they run it back? Well, they've already kind of added a piece. Jaime Jaquez Jr. Are they going to try to get some trades? A lot of people saying Dame time. Dame Lillard has Will Smith's Miami playing in the background of an IG live post. Some people say maybe Zach LaVine's in the mix. Maybe it's somebody we don't even know.
Zach LaVine's the guy that I think every team should be going after. You're talking about a 10-year vet who's 28 years old. So he's just like really about to, he's probably in the beginning and middle of his prime. But a guy who can get his own shot, great mid-range jumper, could shoot the three, and can finish at the basket. That's the guy to me.
He's a good guy. He's a good piece. He'd be great here in Miami.
And I think he could be even a better defender if he went like he came to a team like Miami. He would be a better two-way player.
He's definitely got the athletic skills to be a good defensive player, especially with the way that Spo puts everybody in the right positions and in their best positions. He's got a little more size than some other people. He's probably taller than Jimmy, right? I mean, I don't know his exact,
It's probably 6'7", 6'6", 6'7".
Let's go with is 6'5". Oh, I thought he was taller than that.
Oh, wow. Well,
and he just seems longer. Nonetheless, he is a gifted scorer. He's a gifted player. He's logical. But is there anybody like off the radar you're thinking that could possibly be coming to the Miami Heat that maybe we're not even thinking of right now? And we're gonna go, well, we should have seen it coming a mile away.
Yeah, I think there's a team in north of the border that just let go of their championship coach, hired a new coach, and have to reload. They have to retool. They have to rebuild. I think teams should look at the Toronto Raptors and see a guy like OG Anunoby, or Pascal Siakam. I know Van Vliet already declared for free agency, so I don't think he's coming back to them. But I think if you can make a trade for an OG and Anunoby, I think that's the guy, because he's a 3-and-D guy. So he's the guy that can shoot that corner 3-pointer, and he's a hell of a defender.
Yeah, he's a great player. I think he kind of dabbled and flirted with him a little bit last year, but didn't get him. So, I mean, does he put you over the edge? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I mean, you don't really. I mean, this other thing, we're looking like we need this big whale to put us over the edge.
That's what Riley's trying to let you guys know. They don't necessarily need a whale.
They just NBA Finals last
might
year.
need a couple more Dolphins.
Yeah, the edge is not that far. We're acting like we have to shoot long when actually we only have to shoot a little, maybe closer than we think.
But Heat culture, that the fan base know that as close as they are, they're not that real close when you're going. Because here's the thing now, it's not like you're looking at the other teams in your conference anymore, because you battled them for so many years. You kind of know what Milwaukee's going to give you. You kind of know what Boston's going to, you know what you got to do against those teams. It's down that big Serb, bro. Jokic, the Joker, big Joker. That's who you're trying to knock off the mountaintop. That's the guy you're going against. And you see his team, you see Jamal Murray, you see the Aaron Gordons, KCP. Now, I don't know what's going to happen with Michael Porter Jr. Hopefully he does I like the kid's game, but hopefully he takes that next step forward, but he can also take a step back. But Denver's got their team. They got their pieces. And I think Miami sees Denver, and Miami sees exactly this, like, oh my God, I'm looking at myself in the mirror.
I think Miami was in their way as much as anything. They actually held Denver down. They just couldn't score anything. That's why we're always like, we need to get a score, because the scoring was not there during the regular season, and then it finally reared its ugly head in the NBA Finals. When you score 80-something points in a finals game, that is a recipe for disaster. So,
another guy, and we talked about him.
You like him.
Brooke. I like Brooke Lopez coming to Miami, bro. I know you don't got the money. That's the thing. Miami's so strapped financially.
Yeah.
But, Ross got his swagger back. You saw how he left that press conference?
Yeah.
I think I got my swagger. Like, Riley's like, yeah, man, we good, bro.
Hey.
We good. We not that far. We might run this thing again back with the same squad.
Runs it back. I can't hate.
You cannot. Is it? And that's what's bothering Heat fans now. Think about it. The minute that they lost that game Monday night, that game 5, was it 94-89? Dame was Dame was the topic of conversation that Tuesday morning.
Listen to this.
Literally.
Every team in the NBA after their final game said, how are we going to make ourselves better to win the championship, except for Denver. And even Denver started doing it with all these draft picks that they're trying to get in. So no fan base is like, oh, let's run it back unless you win the championship. So,
and you can't even run it back if you win the title. You got to do, you got to make some little moves.
And that's what Denver's kind
of
doing.
That's what Denver's doing. But like, that's what I'm saying. Dan, Cuzzo, we've reached a point in all professional sports. Everybody's got a 2-year. You got 2 years, and then I've got to make some adjustments. I might have the nucleus, cool. But in whatever that nucleus is, they got 2 years. If they don't get to the final or win a championship, then I gotta adjust. All sports. Because parity is all over sports right now.
Mm-hmm.
Golden Knights versus the Florida Panthers. That's not the Stanley Cup anybody would assume to be.
Nope.
Nobody would have thought the Panthers would have made the Stanley Cup. Everybody had Boston there.
2 8 seeds making the finals.
Denver, Miami, a 1 against an 8. Even though Denver was in 1 seed, nobody expected them. They weren't everybody's favorite. They might have been a favorite, but low-key, everybody thought Phoenix, Golden State, or Lakers had a chance to win.
You and I, be honest,
Yeah.
we thought Phoenix was there. We liked Phoenix and Denver, but we thought, yeah, it'll be Phoenix.
So, and even in baseball, I mean, think about it.
Cincinnati
Baseball,
Reds.
Dodgers are a great team, Rays are a great team, but guess what? Team like the Marlins could win. Team like the Braves, like they're.
Wait. Replay that. What did you just say?
As of right now,
What? Go ahead.
on June 24th,
No, you didn't say that. Go ahead.
I would say because of the way parity is, a team like the Marlins, if they made the postseason, they can win. Calm down. All right.
Okay, let's calm down. Just play this montage so I can calm down.
Calm
you got me
down.
all excited, man. You got
Calm
my girl.
down.
You're talking about my girl. You're talking about her getting naked and all that stuff, man. It's exciting. Let's play the montage.
I am not saying anything about your girl right now, man.
Okay.
All right.
You just said
I'm just saying parity's all around. You want to? All right. Well, you know what? I'm gonna give you a week of parody right now. Parody highlights. This is your Monday montage.
Sugar in my hair, melting everywhere in the sunshine.
2 for 3 tonight. First pitch in the air, fairly deep, right center field. He's gonna watch it go! Garrett Cooper! A 3-run bomb in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Marlins are punishing the Pirates bullpen, and they lead 6-4.
Take me anywhere, I wanna be a guy.
With the 18th pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the Miami Heat select Jaime Jaquez Jr. from UCLA.
It's all I can do.
We're not going to take a wrecking ball to this thing. only some of us know what I'm talking about. Good times come, good times go. Hard times come, hard times go. We're not going to take a wrecking ball to a good team.
Down while my face starts to crystallize.
And another one. Did he get it? Did he get it? Yes, he did. Tommy Tanks walks it off. And the LSU Tigers will face the Gators in the finals. A no-doubter RBIs number 99 and 100 on the season. And Tommy White moves the Tigers into the championship. Benassi comes in out of the bullpen, tries to land a first pitch, and Tommy White gets the head out. A no-doubter. Enjoy that one, young man. That'll put you in the record books as the Tiger right there.
What a baseball game. I mean, the starters were everything we wanted to see. The bullpens were outstanding, and Cam Benassi comes in and one pitch into it, a slider that's a little bit too far up. Tommy White's now driven in 100 this year, 99 and 100 right there. Tommy White walks him off, And LSU and Florida will play for the national championship.
With the first pick in the 2023 NBA draft, the San Antonio Spurs select Victor Wembanyama from Nanterre, France.
Here's the 1-1, and a ground ball hit left side, could do it. John Birdie's got it in the lever, throws the first. This ball game is over. It's a heart-stopping, edge-of-your-seat, 5-run bottom of the 8th inning for the Miami Marlins. They have wrapped up their 21st come-from-behind win of the season, and they take care of the Pittsburgh Pirates tonight. They beat them 6-4.
Might have to go blazing at Gramps tonight with that band right there. Jacuzzi Boy is going to be playing back here in Miami. Got some other acts going to be opening for him. It's always going to be fun. My dude Seth just hit me up. He goes, one good sign for the Marlins, and Vlad, we all agree, Sandy Alcantara has not been Sandy Alcantara yet this year, and they're still winning.
My God. I went to Wednesday's afternoons.
Yeah, how frustrating was that?
It was very frustrating.
It
was a beautiful day. And they came out. People came out. Obviously, we have a lot of Canadians, a lot of people from Toronto.
The camp kids were represented.
Right. Yeah. It's not winter time, so I can't say what
snowbirds?
Yeah, I can't say the snowbirds.
It's not a bad word.
No, it's not a bad word. Absolutely not. But it was a good crowd, and you're expecting to see a good pitching matchup.
It's an ace-off.
It was an ace-off. Well, our ace didn't play. Our ace didn't come to play.
He's good for 5 runs every game. And I mean, I'm not
easy
trying to be hard
That's
on him.
crazy for you to say that, but it's true. Like you can, Sandy's pitching. Well, the other team's going to score 5 runs.
Now he'll get to the 7th and 8th inning.
But it's going to be one inning early, like in the second or third. He's going to give up multiple runs. And you're like, yo, what's going on?
Man, they got to get this thing figured out with Sandy, man. That's the one piece. I mean,
if he gets his act together, I'm scared of. I would be scared of this team.
Yeah, other than the fact we can't really beat Atlanta in any games. Other than that, this is a team that's going to compete, man. They are competing. And Jazz Chisholm now looking like he's going to be coming back soon. Remember, you played without him. Injuries are part of the game. I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying more firepower, more better. We got more to talk about, though. The Dolphins, they are at plus 2,500 to win the Super Bowl and minus 105 to make the playoffs. Do you like those odds? Would you take a flyer, Vlad, on plus 2,500?
To what?
To win the Super Bowl for the Dolphins?
Nah, I make the playoffs. Yeah, I'm not putting money in the Dolphins to win no Super Bowl.
I mean, you just put a little bit down.
I'm not putting nothing. I'm not putting no hard-earned money on the op.
I don't like the fact that I'd have to put down $105 to win 100 for them to make the playoffs, but that's pretty even, I guess. I don't know. CBS Sports predicts the Hurricanes will win 7.5 games this coming football season. Things kick off September 1st at 7. 24/7 Sports did a prediction.
I'm sorry, Dan. I'm sorry, Cuzzo. 7.5?
Yeah.
There's no way for them to win 7.5, right?
Right. Well, they're gonna have to pick either over or under.
So why don't CBS Sports just say I have them winning 8 games?
It was in with the bet. They was in with betting considerations and stuff
That's
like that.
dumb. No. What are you gonna take over or under? Just say
over.
That's ridiculous.
Well, I'll tell you this: 24/7 Sports earlier this week has the Hurricanes facing the Texas Tech Red Raiders in the Pop-Tarts Bowl. That's a real thing, man. I'm not even. That's what I should do. I should do a segment. Is it real or fake? And you have to decide.
Yeah, you could save that in December when the bowl season really happens.
Pop-Tarts Bowl used to be the Cheez-It Bowl.
Oh, they changed the Cheez-It to the Pop-Tart?
Yeah.
Cheez-It was last year with Florida State and Oklahoma, and I just happened to watch that on ESPN the other day.
So it's migrated from a savory treat to a sweet treat.
So wait, are you going to give all those players Pop-Tarts? Are they going to have like endless supply of Pop-Tarts?
You got to admit, the only time you eat Pop-Tarts
Munchies.
Is the hotel you're staying at. Oh, the hotel you're staying at, they have that like
I got the
breakfast.
Munchies.
I just eat it, whatever.
No,
they're not very healthy for you.
No, absolutely not.
I don't know why I'm like your mom all of a sudden. Vlad, they're not very healthy for you. You shouldn't get the Munchies.
You know who knows? You know who knows that is not healthy for them? The team? The medical staff? Come on, man. Who wants to go to the Pop-Tart? To the Pop-Tart Bowl?
I want to go to the Duke's Mayo Bowl, man. As much mayonnaise that I can eat, man. Making mayo sandwiches, mayonnaise sandwiches. Oh, man, it's so good. Still sit around and make mayonnaise sandwiches sometimes.
Wait, say it. Wait.
I call it mayonnaise. That's the Cajun way of saying it. You just piece of bread, mayonnaise on piece of bread, 2 pieces of bread. Boom. Wow. So good.
Yeah, man. Okay.
Any of those players that don't want their Duke's Mayo, just send it this way. I got you. Marlins scored 1 in the first inning. Right, we got another win, but they gave up 3 in the 9th. Oh, they lost to the Pirates 3-1 yesterday. But Luis Arraez went 3 for 4, now batting .402. The two play again today at 4 o'clock. Brian Hoeing will start for the Fish. Brian Hoeing has been kind of. I know. Every time I see his last name, I think, never mind. I'm not going to think about it. Sergio Busquets has joined Inter Miami as a free agent. He will reunite with Lionel Messi, who was his teammate for years at FC Barcelona.
It's got to be good when you're the best of the best, because you could bring all your friends along. Like, you know, Aaron brought Lazard and you know, Messi's gonna bring all his friends.
I just like Messi.
Brady did that. He brought Gronk.
How must it feel to be that good? You sit down, okay, I come and do you a solid and come play for you. Just pay me a buttload of money. Oh yeah, by the way, not just a buttload of money. I need a percentage of all my jerseys that are sold from Adidas. And oh yeah, Apple Plus.
Oh, and one more thing.
Everybody else that gets it. Oh, what? There's one more thing. Yes, please.
Yes, I need all my friends, all my amigos.
Oh, are they willing to come here?
Yeah, they're gonna come, but you got to pay them too.
Oh, okay, okay. Do you want us to kill any indigenous animals? I mean, seriously, we'll do anything, Messi.
If you must.
Don't let. I mean, his dad is his agent. I don't know if we want to get involved with that.
If you must, I don't.
Dude, literally, Luis Suarez, Uruguayan.
Yeah.
Shout out to Alejandro Solana. Might be going to Jacuzzi Boys with him tonight. Says the arthritis in his knee is just acting up, and he's in top tier Brazil. Man, it's starting to act up. Brazilian team goes, we don't believe you. We think you want to go to Inter Miami.
He does.
I like how soccer's just so blunt about things. You know, and the United States, like, well, you know, he's dealing with some things. They straight up, we don't believe you. You were trying to retire so you can go play for Inter Miami. It's like, huh? Okay. But yeah, that is Messi. Literally just comes to the table, just starts writing what he wants. Make it all happen, or else, nah. I'm going to play in Saudi Arabia for $1.5 billion. Not even joking, Vlad. Not even joking. I said billion.
Billy.
Speaking of my favorite, the U.S. men's national team, they open Gold Cup play tonight, 9:30 against Dim Reggae Boys from Jamaica. That's going to be in Chicago. They have some of the Gold Cup games here in Miami also going on right now. So that should be fun. 9:30 tonight. U.S. roster looking pretty good. Jamaica can always get you. They can sneak up on you, so you got to be careful. And like on the back of their back of their kits, it does say Dim Reggae Boys. I'm not making that up. I'm not just calling them that. That's like their nickname. So yeah. Panthers preseason schedule has been released. It begins September 25th at FLA Live Arena against Nashville. They'll also play some of their games in Orlando. And if you're a big Canes fan, Washington, D.C. 5-star prep athlete Dylan Stewart has the U in his top 5. Here's always the fun thing. Who else is the edge rusher considering? Because you want to kind of feel your way around. Because if Miami's like the best school and other schools are like William and Mary, and he's also considering Ohio State, Georgia, Maryland, he's from DC, and South Carolina. So pretty good right there. Speaking of pretty good, let's go ahead and take a step into the day spa. An Iowa caterer is in trouble after improperly refrigerating some meat and getting 51 wedding guests sick.
That's bad work.
Vlad, that's why when you see me at a wedding reception, it's beer and wedding cake. That's it. Beer and wedding cake. You can't mess up those two. You can't mess up those two.
I dig it.
And they're both good. Sweet and savory. You know, we talked about Pop-Tarts and all this other food. You don't know what's going on. You think they're caring about meats if they're a caterer? No. But beer and cake, you're safe. I mean, until the next morning when you feel like death. But that's different too, you know? Whatever. I don't know. Oh, man. People talking, Vlad. People out there
what are they talking
about your main man, Aaron Rodgers.
My main guy.
And one of my main teams, the Miami Dolphins. And they're throwing in some other teams. Some people out there talking, saying that your main man might be a contender. They might be talking that my main man, Tua Tagovailoa, might not be so much of a contender. We're going to break that down next here on 560 WQAM. Ooh, you know it, Vlad. It's not Feel Good Friday, but I'm feeling good on this Saturday. Because of the music you're playing, of course, not because of anything else. Well, there's something else this morning. Had to kind of get up early, set the alarm early to get my mind right for the day. But no, feeling good. Oh, yeah, feeling good. You know, I don't know if you've seen this. I know, Vlad, you get into Netflix sometimes. I started watching the show Suits with the lawyers.
Good show.
Actually, yeah, I enjoyed it. It is what it is. Meghan Markle's in it. Meghan Markle has an actual kind of small role in it.
Yeah, she wasn't really major until like a couple of years after.
I wonder why.
Wait, are you in
why
season
did she
one?
blow up?
You season one?
Yeah, I think so.
She started blowing up. I mean, she's an attractive lady.
Oh yeah. No, but it's a good show. It is what it is. I mean, it's not the greatest show ever made, but it has its entertaining parts, and it's not much.
Listen, them boys look. Pause. They look really good in those suits, man. Them lawyers, they were really.
They suited up.
They were suited. You know what I mean? They were really suited and booted.
But the thing is, it's more about the drama that goes on outside the courtroom.
Absolutely.
And what leads into the courtroom than actually, like, it's not like a Perry Mason or a Matlock. I'm trying to use a more Law and Order type where it's like really intense in the courtroom. No, it's more of like them doing some dirty work and being lawyers outside of the courtroom as opposed to inside the courtroom. There's not as much law talk as much as it's more just craftiness.
No, there's no law talk.
Yeah, okay. And then, I mean, and it sounds like I'm talking like, oh, there's a lot of hanky-panky. There's not even that much. It's more of just
there's some.
Yeah, there is some, but there's a lot of dirtiness where, you know, like lawyers are lawyers, man. They're doing what they gotta do. But it's a cool show. I did enjoy it. Like I said, it is what it is. It's not gonna be the greatest show ever made.
You watch season one, keep watching it. You're gonna like the other season.
If you got nothing else to do on Netflix, then you know, go on ahead, man. Go on ahead. But we got to go on ahead, man. Our guy. I don't even know if he's our guy. I don't know. Do people, or do I? Maybe you can answer for me, Vlad. Do I like Dan Orlovsky or do I not like Dan Orlovsky?
I don't know.
It's hard to tell.
Like Orlovsky.
Sometimes I think he's cool, then other times I'm like, he's a bum.
Because he's not. No, because he tells you what he's feeling.
Right. Sometimes he's wrong. Sometimes he's right. I guess maybe I should like him. He's like one of us, man. Sometimes he's wrong. Sometimes he's right. Nonetheless, he's talking. He's saying unquestioned Super Bowl contenders include the New York Jets and Buffalo Bills. Unquestioned. I have a few questions, actually, Dan, but I'll tell you why. Bills and Jets are unquestioned. Very strong word to think that no one's questioning this. Unquestioned Super Bowl contenders. I'm questioning.
Don't question it.
I'm going to question it in just a minute. He said the quarterback talent that they have and the skill talent that they have on defense both give them unquestioned Super Bowl contender status. Now you're going to wonder, wait a second. All this buildup, Jets, you got Aaron Rodgers. Jets got a really good defense. That's why I would less question this, is because they have really good defense. Bills got a very talented team. They got Josh Allen, who's a good quarterback, but as we know, when the spotlights really get bright, he starts squinting a little bit too much. But what did he have to say about the Dolphins? Here we go, Dan Orlovsky. Here you go, Dolphin Nation. Don't get too mad yet. Don't white knuckle me yet. I know you're all, they're already tweeting.
That's a funny term.
Already tweeting and texting, he's a bum, I hate him. You haven't even heard what I said yet. Let's wait. I think the Dolphins are knocking on that door. The question that
what door?
everyone
Heaven's
talks,
door?
Yes. I mean, they're knocking on the Super Bowl contenders' door. The question that everyone talks about is we got to have Tua Tagovailoa healthy for the year. As much as I love Tua, it hasn't happened. He also goes on to say he thinks Kansas City is an unquestioned Super Bowl contender.
And tomorrow Sunday. Tell me something we don't already know.
You like to use the word unquestioned, or maybe I'm just overusing it, to be honest with you. Full disclosure right there.
I love you, Dan, but don't tell me something I already know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, in Kansas City, duh.
Watch
like,
out for Kansas City.
Watch out. Come on, man.
Okay, he brings up valid points.
I don't see anything that he said that was wrong.
Okay, I'll say this. Buffalo, I question, like I said.
We both do.
We both do. Josh Allen, not as a quarterback, as a spotlighted in the big moment.
It's not even him. I just question that team. Like in the moments, will they make the play? Like, you're not supposed to lose a game in 13 seconds, bro.
Yeah.
I don't care how great Pat is.
Nope.
And how fast Tyreek is.
No player should be
and
that
how
good.
Great Travis Kelce is. You shouldn't lose. You shouldn't allow a team in 13 seconds to get 35 yards to kick a 51-yard field goal to tie the game.
And we all know the Bills, they can beat I was about to say another word. We all know the Bills could beat the you know what out of the Chiefs in the regular season, but we all know that the Chiefs beat the you know what out of the Bills in the playoffs. And Bills fans
I don't want to say
this.
they just beat them. They make the plays to win.
Okay. So
I think their window is closing. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's been 3 years now that they've been the prohibitive favorite. Remember last year?
Last year, oh, it was a done
my
deal.
God. Bro, I was thinking, you know what's funny? Kusan? I was thinking about what's the games like? I was like, who opened the season last year? What was the opening game? I knew the Rams won the title. I was like, oh, it was Rams Buffalo because everybody was hyping Rams Buffalo.
Took that, you know what?
Right. And then Buffalo took that. Yeah, like they beat them. And I'm thinking to myself, damn, Buffalo's been really, this is 2 seasons they've been the prohibitive favorite. And they lost. They're not even the second best team in the conference. At best, they're the third.
Yes, sir. They beat Kansas City during the regular season. They'll make you believe for a little bit. They didn't even get to the AFC Championship game last year.
They barely beat Miami on their third string quarterback.
Skylar Thompson.
And Cincinnati came into Buffalo and pimp smacked them.
Easily. But that was the team. Oh, no. They got the best quarterback in the world. They've got a defense. They've got a coaching staff. McDermott's got them going.
Oh, it's a cohesive line unit. And then all of a sudden, what? They lost Leslie Frazier for a season, the defensive coordinator. And Stephon Diggs came in and still looked like he was still upset from that divisional round loss to the Cincinnati Bengals.
Another unquestioned part of the Buffalo Bills. What's going on with Stephon Diggs? I think there are some questions around the Buffalo Bills. Now, let's get to the New York Jets. Defense, not going to question them.
Sauce.
Last year, they were stout. Are they going to be as stout this year? Maybe not.
Better.
Even better. Okay. I won't question the defense until it makes me question them.
Even better.
Aaron Rodgers, I will question.
You can't question 12.
The reason why, not because he's taking psychedelic drugs. I think that helps his game. Don't stop me on that.
Ayahuasca Ocho. That's what I'm calling him.
The reasons why. Number one. New system.
Not new system. It's his system.
It's his old coach, Nathaniel.
Yeah, that's it. Come on, man. If that's your first point, you just been null and void.
But I've got other points. But it is a new system. It's a new fit. It's new things. New city. But not just a new city.
Greatest city.
New York City.
Greatest city.
Where we know big men have gone in there and withered away.
Okay, you know what, Dan? I'm gonna counter your new big city. You know why I know? He didn't come to New York looking like what's his name? The actor.
Ben Stiller?
No, he didn't look the Con Air guy. He didn't look like Nicolas Cage from Con Air. He didn't come in with the wife beater, the jeans, and the long flocky. Look at him right now. He looks like a guy from Central Casting. He looks like Ryan Gosling right now. You see him, he's at the Tonys, he's at the he's at all the playoff games. Come on, man. This guy's looking like Central Casting. If you're looking for a quarterback, that's him. That is him. Come on, man.
I'm just questioning.
He's talking so freely about his psychedelics. Aaron Rodgers.
What if things just don't start fitting right?
It's gonna fit,
and he starts checking out.
We're gonna make it fit.
Or he and
sometimes you gotta make it fit.
Don't get along.
Who's not gonna get along?
The head coaching staff.
They love him.
Right now in preseason.
They love him like they're friends. Like this has been a well thought out plan by the Jets since January. This is all there's not going to be any problems. Only problem is going to happen. They lose. If they start losing, yes, the media is going to come on, get on him. The crowd will get on him. But if he's winning and doing what he needs to do, it's a match made in heaven.
He's had some problems with head coaches. Robert Saleh, he's not soft. He's tough on guys.
You're not stepping around. No. Robert Saleh is a player's coach. First of all, Aaron Rodgers knows better to step to Robert Saleh.
Okay.
Robert Saleh is Robert Saleh would beat every coach in the NFL.
Yeah, but
except for Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell and Robert Saleh would be a great match.
Aaron Rodgers ain't listening to nobody.
He's going to listen. He's going to listen. He doesn't even have to listen.
He's going to say,
he's the MVP.
I've been playing longer than you've been coaching. You don't have to tell me anything.
First of all,
and Robert Saleh's going to say, my team. He's
whatever.
Say, my team.
Stop trying to, you're trying to start some type of team mutiny. Then it's okay. It's all right.
It could happen. I'm saying Aaron Rodgers has been known not to get along with head coaches, get head coaches fired.
It's not. And the second, it's not going to happen. And listen, what's more concerning is your team. Well, your second favorite team, the Dolphins.
I mean, both of my teams are pretty concerning.
Well, I mean, you got a new car in your first team.
No, but the Dolphins, and Orlovsky brings up a good point right there. It really is.
On to its health.
You can have this great lineup, which I think everyone is going to admit is a very good lineup on both sides of the ball. Good coaching staff. I think everyone's going to admit good lineup on both sides of the ball. And then it still just comes down to one guy almost. And I know, let's run through this. I thought about this, Vlad, as I was walking in today. I want us to go through this. Let's run through the scenarios. Tua goes down. Oh, goodness, I hate even saying it. 6th game of the season. We don't know if he ever comes back. What does Mike White lead you to? Does he keep the momentum going and when you get in the playoffs, or you just kind of ho-hum and you kind of fall apart? Mike White, you saw him with the Jets.
Mikey Blanco?
Yeah, Blanco, yeah.
Yeah, we don't call him Mike White. We call him Mikey Blanco.
So is he good enough? Do you think
Pembroke
that
Pines finest.
with this lineup, I know, with this lineup, him playing back at home and everything like that, he can keep the things afloat, get you into the playoffs? After, like, let's say 6 games.
I don't think you want Mike White.
So that's not a scenario.
Starting 3-4 games. That's not good.
Okay, so that's not a good scenario.
I don't think so.
Now, I've been critical.
And you have a hard ass schedule. That was something that a texture did. Like texture from the, where is it? 954. The Bills are so overrated. People forget we almost beat Buffalo in the playoffs with our 3rd string quarterback.
Almost beat them in the middle of the snow.
And this year's schedule is going to be one of the hardest schedules that the Dolphins face because the Dolphins going to face a lot of good teams. And this is just any team in the AFC East. You're going against the NFC East and the AFC West. There was 3 teams that made the playoffs in the NFC East. AFC West, there was 2 teams, and you're expecting a better Broncos team now with Sean Payton. By the way, if Russell Wilson craps the bed, he's donezo. Like, he's donezo. He needs to maybe be a backup dancer for his wife. That might be the next act. And you don't know what to expect from the Raiders. For a team that was pretty crappy to get 5 national televised games, something's up. But it's going to be a hard-ass schedule for the Dolphins. They need Tua to play 15 of the 17 games.
Yep. And unpopular opinion, Skylar Thompson is a good 3rd string quarterback. I had people last year tell me why he should be the starting quarterback of this team.
Who said somebody told you that?
Multiple people. They stopped me in the streets and said, I heard you talking bad about Skylar Thompson.
First of all, don't stop my cousin in the street, yo. If he's going on his day and he's handling his business, don't stop him.
Thank you. He's a good 3rd string quarterback. He ain't gonna, and then I know the argument, he almost beat Buffalo and this. It's like they were down 17-0, and it was a lot of defense on that made a lot of the plays too. But there's nothing wrong with being a good 3rd string quarterback. If you got Skylar Thompson, the sky is not the limit. Your limit is very low. But that comes back to Tua. So we're not overly excited about Mike White can lead this team to the playoffs at least. Skylar Thompson, not so much, but Tua healthy. I've told you, I think that they can make the Super Bowl. I think they're Super Bowl contenders. I think Dan Orlovsky said so much too. He just hasn't seen Tua be very healthy.
Well, to back up your Skylar thing and the whole Skylar talk, guy text from the 954 said Mike White was signed early and paid more than almost every other backup, right? Mm-hmm. So now I'm in the first mini camp. Skylar got a lot of praise for how good he looks. Think that $8 million could have went somewhere else where we could have needed it more?
For Mike White?
That's a lot of money for a backup quarterback, bro.
If you say this, if you and everyone else seems to agree that if Tua goes down, your season's pretty much a wash, well, then, yeah, why spend all the money on a backup quarterback? Is that because you're hoping that Tua is only out for like a game?
If Skylar's outplaying Mike White because he knows the offense and he knows the players, your backup quarterback, you're not paying a 3rd string at $8 million.
No. Give Mike White some time. Actually, don't give him some time. Don't play this year, Mike White. Sit yourself on the bench and let Tua do his thing, and we'll be happy.
Well, Mike White doesn't play if Tua is healthy.
That's what I'm saying.
So all you're saying is, you don't want to see Mike White unless it's, mop up duty.
Steal our money. Mike White, you steal our money, and we'll thank you for it when we get that AFC championship, play in the Super Bowl. We'll see. Let's just keep it in a buck. We're going to keep it a buck next here on 560 WQAM. Yeah, man. It is that time where we keep it a buck. Apparently, the Twitchers and the YouTubers and the tweeters and the texters.
they on one today.
305-567-0560. They are on one and they are keeping it a buck. Vlad, what are they saying?
Oh man, like where do you want me to start? Like
somebody did make fun of, or they weren't making fun of me talking about Perry Mason though. That's my brain candy. I was like, wow, okay, cool.
So the texter from the 954 who had texted about the Mike White situation. He was like, "Thank you, bro. See what I'm saying? If Tua gets smoked because our tackle sucks, $8 million can get you a good ass tackle. That's the problem I have with the Fins. Always 1 or 2 offseason moves that don't make sense."
Well, that's every team though that takes 1 or 2 offseason moves that usually doesn't make sense. But yeah, that one's a little frustrating right there.
Another one from the 954. I'm putting my rent on the Dolphins to win the Super Bowl.
Well, you get 2,500 100, so you're at plus 2,500. So rent's not cheap down here in South Florida. That's brave. That's brave, but okay.
863 said if Tua has another injury plague season, I think he should be better off just fighting Jake Paul.
Well said. I can't argue that. That's well said.
Another one says Mike White signed early. I already said that. Which you should watch that Netflix documentary on the ayahuasca facility in Orlando. My homegirl went to it. Now I get why Aaron Rodgers loves it.
Yeah, they also have them down there in Homestead. I was actually talking to someone this past week, and he said he has a friend down in Homestead that has a farm, and they have the ayahuasca and everything. I tell you, I mean, I've told them. I had a friend that told them to go as intense as possible, and my friend told me that it wasn't super mind blowing. It is introspective and it's a cool process, but it's not something that just for most people will zonk you out of your mind like some other like stuff that Aaron Rodgers probably takes.
Now, when we were talking about the recent Heat draft pick, what's his name? Jaime
Jaquez Jr.
Jaime. Yeah. All right. Well, Chopper was making some funny names.
Uh-oh.
Like, no, they were calling him Juan Morant, Juan Bones Jones, like a lot of names. You got to understand, this is he has a great chance if the Heat keep him to be like a city legend. Like he's gonna be a Miami favorite.
He might start this year if he plays up to.
I'm just saying, we all know Miami's a heavy Latin American culture, so therefore having one of their own, like being a significant.
Is he of Mexican American heritage?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So
yes.
Not a large Mexican population here in South Florida.
No, but you know what? Your claim, as long as the name, he's you speaking Spanish, he buy some Cuban coffee, he'd be good.
Yeah, that is true. And I mean, I'm sure a lot of people would like to have a Jaquez jersey. And I mean, he's a very likable character, and we're going to get into more of him as the show goes on. Very, very good player, very likable player, very fun player to watch. See him selling a lot of jerseys. Tyler Hero sells a lot of jerseys too. It's interesting. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Mark the Heat said Dan Day wishes he had hair and looks as suave as the new Heat.
Yeah, Jaime Jaquez Jr. I mean, I kind of got a little bit of his hair, but I also wish I could have the mustache and the facial hair that he could have, because he puts the sweatband on. Man, that's a look, bro. I like that look. I do like that look, and yeah, sometimes I do wish I looked like Jaime Jaquez Jr. So
apparently
yes,
he's
very good.
Jaime's Mark the Heat fans' new man crush.
Oh, and Jaime Jaquez Jr.'s sister also plays college basketball.
Okay.
I'm just saying that. You're waiting for me to say something else.
No.
I mean, there's a lot of things I could say, but she's a very good player. Actually,
Okay.
I actually watched her play. Does she also play?
By the way, speaking of sisters, have anybody seen Victor Wembanyama's sister?
Was that the? Oh no. Okay, yeah. I did see her actually.
V-Dub sisters.
I did. Yeah. Jaime Jaquez Jr.'s sister Gabriella also plays for UCLA. I was impressed with Victor Wembanyama's sister, but you know what I was even more impressed with?
Not his pitching.
No. Two guys from down here, Amen and Asur Thompson. Their mom knew she was going to be on TV. the other night.
Okay. No.
Their mom
Let me tell you
was out there, bro.
Let me tell you this.
Keeping it a buck.
Keeping it a buck? I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Keep it a buck.
The Laker, the guy from Indiana that the Lakers drafted, Mom Dukes. Whoa! Oh yeah.
I didn't catch that one.
Oh, go ahead. Take Google.
Let's see.
Googles. Yeah. Oh, they were outside. Pretty much. I'm gonna give the parents a lot of. I'm gonna keep it a buck. the parents were kind of extra during the NBA draft. I saw a lot of John Morant dads, future John Morant dads, like out there, bro. You could tell they're gonna be all on the front row seats, making a fool out of themselves. And I know you're happy, you're so excited that your child is living their dream, but you could tell some of them. You could tell the ones that are gonna definitely piggyback off this situation.
Jalen Hood Scafino. And now I'm going to put mom in just because. Oh. No. Is it his mom or his girlfriend?
No,
What are
that's
we
his
talking
mother.
about here?
That's his mother.
He's a good looking guy. He got it from his mom, it looks like. I can see that.
That's his mom's.
Adrian. That's her name. Adrian. I will say, though, our guys, Amen and Asura Thompson from South Florida, their mom was out there, man. She knew she was gonna be on TV. I ain't gonna lie. I stopped. I was at Duffy's, walking around doing trivia, and I stopped and I looked at that on TV and I said, "Whoa!" And I went to my dude Clive. I said, "Clive." He goes, "My goodness,
my God!" in Jim Ross' voice.
Did you see it?
Yeah,
man. I mean, I ain't hating. Look, if you got it, flaunt it. Especially if you got twins. You raise those young men. Hey, you go do you. You look good out there on TV. Maybe taking a little bit of their thunder. I'm not gonna lie. But then again, it always seems like every draft, there's a mom that is a MILF that everyone is in love with. And that doesn't seems like this NBA draft, we had a couple of them. So I'm all for it. Adrian. Oh, okay. So she's Adrian Shafino. Adrian's out there. Living it. Oh, wow. She's got a nice Instagram. I ain't gonna lie. Vlad's probably looking at it too right now.
Yeah.
Keeping it a buck, man. Yeah. Oh, man. I like Jaime.
Well, you gotta understand, these kids are the 18 or 19, so they're not really. I mean, mom is not really that old.
Mom could be 40 years old.
Not even.
I know.
Late 30s.
Yep.
Mid to late 30s.
True. But I mean, 45, maybe usually the oldest they would be. Depending, especially if they were a first child. Yeah, easily.
First of all, Mark D. Heat fan, he, saying that I'm thirsty. I want to holler at Wembayama's mother.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I mean, Wembayama's sister. No, I don't want to holler. I'm just saying she's looking good, and I'm never thirsty, bro. I've always got some type of beverage to quench my thirst.
Gabriela Jaquez, she's a good-looking girl too. I don't know her personally. I'm not going to go to a basketball game and try to holler at her, but she's out and about. Says hello. I'm just a gentleman. I'm
gonna
nice
keep
guy.
it a buck. I don't know if Wembayama's gonna be all of that.
Oh, I was gonna say another cone word in the Spanish language. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I think he is gonna be all that. 7'5" with all types of skills, inside, out, can rebound, can jump.
Cousin,
can dunk,
have you ever
can
seen
block,
a
can shoot?
Let me answer me this question. Have you ever seen anybody 7'3" or over that's able to maintain their health in the NBA?
They're unicorns already. But Porzingis not really so much because
they haven't. No, they haven't. And especially when they have to add weight. He's about to experience things he has never experienced. You could be 7'5". All right, that's beautiful. But there's a 6'7" guy who's 245, 250 pounds. That once he puts his body on you, it's gonna affect you.
It's gonna be an adjustment.
If he went against Udonis Haslam, Udonis would be beating up his insides.
19-year-old. He's played in Europe. At least he's played professionally. That's something, though. That is, he's used to playing a little more physical ball. They're gonna have to put some weight on him. They're gonna have to put some body on him. But man, when you've got 7'5" and you can shoot and you can,
look at Chet Holmgren.
You can block.
The man's foot just touched LeBron's foot, and he was out for a
That's
year.
true. I forgot about Chet Holmgren.
All right, yeah. I don't know if you. I don't think you're able to be that tall and that athletic at the same time.
But when they give you and give the scouts their credit when credit is due. When they give you every once in a blue moon these can't miss kids, they usually pan out. Anthony Davis was a can't miss kid. LeBron James was a can't miss kid. Kobe Bryant was a can't miss kid. Victor Wembanyama is now a can't miss kid. Are we seeing a pattern that maybe he's a can't miss kid?
Not when you're that tall. You could be missed.
Yeah, but okay. Well, so you're saying, well, what if he stays healthy? Do you believe?
Oh, if he stays healthy,
okay.
If he stays healthy, yes. I'm not denying the guy's skill.
I just
keeping it. I'm keeping it, but I just don't think he's gonna be healthy enough for all that hype.
You know who else was a can't miss kid? Kind of
who?
Zion Williamson.
Oh, he can't miss these hookers and porn stars that he's always meeting up. Let's keep it a buck. No, I'm going to keep it a buck, by the way.
Bring him down.
Dan Day and everybody listening, we ripped Zion Williamson for at least a good 2 weeks. But you know what? Zion Williamson, in his silence, has given the City Boys, we're up, baby. We're up 25,000 points with Zion. You know why? When you got a girl tattooing your name on her face, oh, you up. You won. You won.
You're good.
You won.
Yeah,
You
no,
won.
No takebacks on that.
No.
No,
Keep it
no
up. You
takebacks.
won. Zion, you the man. You the man. Just lose some weight. Stay away from these certain type of women. But you up because that man hasn't said one word.
Don't need to.
And she's messed up everything. She had her Twitter account revoked. She's she liable. She can go to jail for the for saying that she's going to
slander.
Well, she said she's going to upload their sex tape. You can't do that. That's
premeditated.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Oh,
that's against the law.
Wow.
Yeah. And then she got his name tattooed on her face.
All I can say about Zion is I respect his game. I respect his game.
On and off.
I just said it's a blanket statement.
On and off. I'm going to be specific. On and off.
Let's keep it in a buck. We'll be back with headlines right after this. Sports Day 560. Saturday in the sports world, there is actually a lot going on in the evening. Starting at 4 o'clock, you get the Marlins. They're going to be taking on the Pirates. They're game 3 of 4 of the weekend series, or wraparound weekend series, as you want to call it. Tonight, you got the College World Series starting its championship series. LSU, the Tigers, taking on the Gators of Florida. Gators are really good. Got me a little nervous, but we'll see how that goes. Then you got Inter Miami trying to snap a 6-game losing streak. And if you're someone who says, I don't care, when does Messi get here? You are a bandwagon fan. But you're welcome. You can jump on the bandwagon. I just hate when people say that. So I'm going to start caring when Messi gets here. No, you're a Messi fan. You're not an Inter Miami fan.
Oh, man. You should have. This week, by the way, guys, it was great trolling all these soccer fans this week. Because Brian Monroe and Donald were filling in for Joe Rose. And myself, we were filling in for Joe Rose and Hollywood, who are back Monday morning. And the question was asked, who's a more popular athlete in the world? And
I mean, there's nobody, right?
Well, obviously, soccer players are the most popular athletes. I mean, when you talk about Ronaldo and Messi, but I just wanted to troll these guys. And did they? Oh man, were they upset? Because I said, get out of here. Like, nobody, if you go to Wyoming, nobody's going to know who Messi is in Wyoming.
No, and I mean, there's probably some pockets around here in South Florida that Messi can maybe get around.
Nah, bro. There's none. I saw a video. There's no way down here he can go anywhere. Like, I was BS. Like, I was trolling because we know about the fan base and everything like that. And clearly, if you look at the social medias and everything like that, the soccer players like Ronaldo and Messi have more followers than LeBron James, who I think is probably the most popular athlete, but he's not more popular than Ronaldo and Messi.
Not worldwide, man.
Not worldwide, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I could bring LeBron to Sudan, and they're gonna know who LeBron is.
Yeah, anywhere in the world, people.
If
know
I
LeBron
bring
James.
Messi to Cheyenne, Wyoming, or Bismarck, North Dakota, they ain't gonna know who that man is.
Wouldn't be as crazy.
It wouldn't be crazy.
I mean, but people know who Messi is. They follow the World Cup now. They see him in commercials.
Right,
but
but I was just trolling on the side because
Right.
Omar Kelly wasn't there. And Omar's not really big into the
He's
soccer.
not a soccer fan.
Right. So somebody had to go on the opposite side. So I went, I jumped on that grenade. And yeah, it was funny to see the hate, the vile, the anger towards some of these people.
So you're going to get Inter Miami fans, and then you're going to get Messi fans, and they're only going to cheer when Messi scores. You're not going to be so much worried about Inter Miami winning.
Messi's going to be one of those guys, like if you play him for 65 minutes and take him out like on the 66th minute, people are going to leave.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what the score is or if it's a good game. Nope. They're gone. Nope. Okay, kids. Messi's out. Let's go. It's like, that's the reason why I'm going to be frustrated. And that's why I'm frustrated with Messi. It's not Messi's fault. It's some of the people that are Messi fans are going to be exactly like that. Like, they're going to all show up in either their Argentine number 10 jersey, maybe buying an Inter Miami jersey, still wearing an FC Barcelona Messi jersey or whatever. They're going to literally say Messi goes out at halftime. They're gone. Done. Zoop, zoop, boop, 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 boop. But maybe it'll turn some more people onto the game. I don't know. I'm hoping. I just want Inter Miami to win tonight. 6 losses in MLS in a row. End the bleeding, guys. End the bleeding. Right now, let's take a look back the week that was here in the sports world with our montage.
Sugar in my hair, melting everywhere in the sunshine.
2 for 3 tonight. First pitch in the air, fairly deep, right center field. He's gonna watch it go! Garrett Cooper! A 3-run bomb in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Marlins are punishing the Pirates bullpen, and they lead 6-4.
Take me anywhere, take me anywhere. I wanna be your guy.
With the 18th pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, Miami Heat select Jaime Jaquez Jr. from UCLA.
It's all I can do. Blazing for you.
We're not going to take a wrecking ball to this thing. only some of us know what I'm talking about. Good times come, good times go. Hard times come, hard times go. We're not going to take a wrecking ball to a good team.
Down while my face starts to crystallize.
Another one. Did he get it? Did he get it? Yes, he did. Tommy Tanks walks it off. will face the Gators in the finals. A no-doubter RBIs number 99 and 100 on the season. And Tommy White moves the Tigers into the championship. Manassi comes in out of bullpen, tries to land a first pitch, and Tommy White gets the head out. A no-doubter. Enjoy that one, young man. That'll put you in the record books as the Tiger right there.
What a baseball game. I mean, the starters were everything we wanted to see. The bullpens were outstanding, and Cam Manassi comes in and one pitch into it, a slider that's a little bit too far up. Tommy White's now driven in 100 this year, 99 and 100 right there. Tommy White walks them off, and LSU and Florida will play for the national championship.
With the first pick in the 2023 NBA draft, the San Antonio Spurs select Victor Wembanyama from Nanterre, France.
Here's the 1-1, and a ground ball hit left side, could do it. John Birdie's got it in the lever, throws the first. This ball game is over. It's a heart-stopping, edge-of-your-seat, 5-run bottom of the 8th inning for the Miami Marlins. They have wrapped up their 21st come-from-behind win of the season, and they take care of the Pittsburgh Pirates tonight. They beat them 6-4.
Also want to send big congratulations to our guys from the U that got drafted in the second round this past week. Jordan Miller and Isaiah Wong. Jordan Miller going to the Clippers, and Isaiah Wong going to be playing with the Pacers. So very happy for them. Could be some good additions to their teams. We've seen some of the guys from the U make some key plays in the playoffs over the past couple of years. So yeah, should be very exciting. Should be very cool. Let's get to the headlines. Of course, you can always text in 305-567-0560, Twitch, YouTube, and 560 WQAM, the Odyssey app. Just type in 560 WQAM and you should be good. Earlier, one of the Twitchers or YouTubers, they sent in, they're betting the rent on the Dolphins winning the Super Bowl. Well, if that does pay off, they're at plus 2,500 to win the Super Bowl. They're at minus 105 to make the playoffs. Of course, we talked about Dan Orlovsky. He says that Miami knocking on the door of being a Super Bowl contender, while he really believes in the Jets and the Bills. Vlad says, don't matter where Aaron Rodgers is playing, he is going to be absolutely fine.
Yes.
Maybe it's the psychedelics. I don't know. But if the city turns on Aaron Rodgers, it's going to be nasty, man. If something goes wrong, it's going to be nasty. It's always nasty when New York turns on you. But...
City will not turn on him.
All right. I'm just worried about him and Robert Saleh not getting along.
They'll get along very fine.
I'm not worried, but you know what I mean? Like, it could be a recipe for disaster.
I'm just worried about Tua getting hit in the head.
I am also worried about that. I'm worried about Tua's health in general. But yeah, concussions especially, nothing to play around with. CBS Sports predicts the Hurricanes will win 7.5 games this football season. Of course, things kick off September 1st at 7.
And what does the 7.5 wins?
It's part of gambling, bro.
No. What does this, and what bowl does that get you?
Probably the Pop-Tarts Bowl against Texas Tech. That's what the early projections are. But man,
what's your favorite flavor? Strawberry or chocolate?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a good question.
That's a good question.
It depends. If I'm like early morning, at the hotel, you're getting up at like 7 o'clock and you're really wanting breakfast.
You want the chocolate?
No. Breakfast is strawberry.
Oh.
If I'm getting up and it's about to close the breakfast, like quote unquote buffet, and it's like 10, I'm gonna go with that chocolate because that's more of a snack. That's more of a sweet. Now, what am I taking back to the room?
Strawberry.
Chocolate. We're going
the opposite.
Because I think the chocolate's more of a snack.
No, strawberry's more of a snack.
Okay.
I feel like it's more of a snack.
Who eats chocolate for breakfast? I can't do that.
I can't do that.
That's
either.
diabetic, man. So that's what I'm saying. Strawberry.
Nah, you can eat chocolate. I mean, you're already eating caffeine and all that stuff.
I never eat chocolate. I never eat sweets in the morning. Well, no, I ain't gonna lie. I'll eat a honey bun or a cinnamon roll.
You lie. You eat pancakes.
Pancakes aren't sweets though.
Well, you put in syrup is not sweet?
I don't always put syrup on my pancakes and
you
French
don't put
toast.
syrup on your pancakes?
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. It feels like how greasy or how
you eat it dry.
Sometimes I do. Yeah, butter. Yeah, I oftentimes when I make pancakes, I put butter. That's it.
Eating dry pancakes, like
yeah, and then French toast. I do. So it depends. Sometimes I'm in a syrup mood. Sometimes I'm not. But yeah, no. But like, I feel as though the chocolate Pop-Tart is like a sweet treat, while the strawberry is a sweet breakfast. It's a little more, but
okay.
I love French toast. I think that's my all-time greatest breakfast food. French toast, besides beer. That's just screwdriver or whatever.
So the Creole loves French toast.
Yeah, I love some French
not
toast.
surprising.
No, not surprising. Pompondou, lost bread. Just saying. I love it. I love it so much. When I go to like all you can eat breakfast buffets, like the first 2 plates are just French toast.
Damn, that's a lot of French toast.
I know, man. I love it so much. I skip off on the bacon. I skip off. I don't know. It's crazy like that, man. And breakfast is the best meal of the day, right? You'll eat it for dinner too, won't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I go to Denny's or a Waffle House. Oh man, Waffle House, so good.
Oh, Waffle House.
I love Waffle House. The Marlins scored 1 in the first, but gave up 3 in the 9th, and they lost 3-1 to the Pirates yesterday.
You can't lose to the Pirates.
And you were up 1-0 in the first inning, and then you didn't give up a run the whole entire game. Then AJ, being very careful, AJ Puck got in there and gave up 3 in the top of the 9th. But Luis Reyes, he did his part, going 3 for 4 yesterday. To play again today at 4 o'clock. Brian Hoeing going to get the start for the Fish. Sergio Busquets has joined Inter Miami as a free agent. He will return with Lionel Messi, who has been his teammate in the past for years over at FC Barcelona. The Herons will take on the Philadelphia Union tonight at 7:30. They were off last week, and everyone is circling July 21st against Cruz Azul because we know that's when Messi will be back. Do you suspect that is when Busquets will be back?
Yeah, they all come in the same time, man.
Why not? Let them all in the door at the same time. That would be kind of anticlimactic. Like Busquets plays the week before, and then Messi plays the next week. Nah, just let them all in at the same time. And we'll just continue to monitor Luis Suarez, because we've heard that he's thinking about retiring with a bad knee in Brazil, but it won't be too bad to play in the MLS. So
I just like the Brazilian teams. Like, nah, we're not letting you go.
Like, well, who
you want
are
to play with your boy? Nah.
Who are you? And Luis Suarez is very controversial and polarizing too, biting people during games. And
I wonder, you know what? I gotta ask Solana, would he like Suarez being in?
That's his favorite player of all time.
Is he?
Yeah, it's his favorite player of
then
all
he's
time.
gonna. That's what he wants, and he wants him to join into Miami.
So if you don't know, Alejandro Solana is Uruguayan. Luis Suarez is also Uruguayan, and there's an absolute love affair, at least from Solana's side. I'm sure Luis Suarez does probably not.
He's a great player, but he's
dirty.
He's so dirty.
But that's Uruguayan players. I'm not taking a shot at Uruguay. Like, they're known as players that do whatever it takes to win. That's kind of like the mantra of an Uruguayan player. Like, we just do whatever it takes to win, whether it means
win if you can, lose if you must.
Yeah, but I mean, biting
always
people,
cheat, don't get caught.
Handballs, just anything. No, I mean, just do what you have to do to win, and that's kind of their.
They live the Jesse the Body Ventura model of life.
Yeah, winning isn't the what is it? Winning isn't everything; it's the only thing. Vince Lombardi used to say.
I mean, what do you compete for? You don't compete to tie.
No,
what's the point of competing?
Don't compete to have just a good game. That's why I didn't do intramural sports. I'm like, I don't need this. I need to get after it. Kind of like, well, we'll get into that after the air. U.S. men's national team, they open Gold Cup play tonight at 9:30 against Jamaica. That's going to be in Chicago.
Wow. I wonder how many yardies went to Chicago.
I'm sure there's a good amount.
It's going to be a lot of smoke. Where? Soldier Field? Are they playing Soldier Field?
Yeah,
Soldier Field.
And it's the Windy City, so it doesn't linger. You can just hit it and quit it and get out of there, man. It'd be nice. Panthers preseason schedule has been released. It begins September 25th at FLA Live Arena against Nashville, and they'll play some games up in Orlando. Vlad, you don't do much preseason hockey, do you?
What?
I mean,
no.
I mean, and they have like split squads, and they play at like weird hours of the day, and it's kind of weird. It's hard to even follow, kind of. It's really weird preseason. I think it's more of just getting their legs under them and kind of, getting back on the ice.
Man, just tell me when opening night is, man.
Yeah, but I mean, you get the kids out there. You tell them it's a real game. The kids think it's awesome.
Just tell me when opening night. That's all I care. I don't care about preseason anything.
Anything?
I listen.
Do I like?
Do you care preseason? Do you really care about preseason football?
I do like it because I've been away for so long that it's like kind of exciting.
Stop the lies, okay? Let me tell you this. All you fans right now, we're all going through that drought because there's nothing significant that we really want to watch. We know it's baseball, but there's 162 games of baseball, and it's the summer. You kind of want to enjoy your summer. If your team is playing well, they're winning, you'll definitely check in. as Marlins fans, I think you guys should check in on this team so that you can carry it up until August. And why do I say August? Because as much as we're happy to see training camp and you're able to go to the first week of those practices, after the second week, you're done with training camp. You want the season to begin already.
Yeah, you're right. Nothing really stokes me up for exhibition and preseason play. And I understand that even
You know,
the only thing would be soccer because you're playing like these international teams. But
right.
I still don't get
But
that
even in
stoked
this
up for it.
tournament, no disrespect to the ladies, I'm not really into the women's World Cup. I'm not really. Now that Marta might not be playing in the opening rounds. Yeah, I might be. Yeah,
I'm all in on women's soccer.
That's a Brazilian star, by the way. But nobody's gonna. I'm sorry. Like, we're not. All right. We want to watch things that mean something, that's significant. That's why it's crazy. That's why these owners are nasty, because these owners are like, oh, yeah, I don't want to pay money for the exhibition game, training, preseason game. Cool. Give me another regular season game. Then, of course, us fans will take a game that matters over a preseason game, not knowing it's pretty much killing the players that we love to root for. But we want to see actual competition.
Taking money out of guys' pockets that are just trying to make the team.
Right. So, but
that's the seedy side of this whole
seedy
preseason
side.
Football stuff and extra games.
But we don't really care. Like, we're gonna be so happy training camp open, because to us, training camp is the signal that, oh my God, we're 6 weeks away from the season beginning. To me, when I get excited, week 0 of the college football season.
Yeah,
because those are games that's going to matter. Like, a loss in that week could jeopardize your ranking or where you sit in the national media, in the polls and everything like that. When I see that, that's when I know, oh, we're right around the corner from real competitive, meaningful football games.
Speaking of being right around the corner, I do get a little bit excited and keep an eye on some summer league basketball, just because I want to kind of see some of these rookies go at it a little bit. That's the reason why I look at summer league basketball that's coming up in Las Vegas very soon. We'll see. Victor Wembanyama, Stevie stays healthy.
Well, he's definitely. I hope he plays a lot of summer league games, because if people are gonna go to summer league, they're gonna go to Vegas. They're gonna come see him play. Same way people went to Vegas to go see LeBron. That's when Vegas became all of a sudden it's another season. There's a lot of stuff that happens during that summer league.
Right, and we're going to talk about a lot of things that have happened in the NBA. Victor Wembanyama, Jaime Jaquez Jr., the whole thing in just a minute. But first, got to mention my alma mater, LSU. They're going to be taking on Florida. They kick off the College World Series Championship Series tonight at 7 o'clock. Of course, those two did match up back in 2017, and the Gators took home the trophy. Let's go ahead and step into the day spa. A woman had her boyfriend in the delivery room as she gave birth, rather than have the baby's daddy in there, because she felt the boyfriend would give her more support.
Wait a minute, time out.
Now the baby's daddy's mad.
Wait, hold on. A woman had her side piece.
Her new piece.
Her side piece.
It's new.
Oh, it's new.
It's
so her new boyfriend.
Yeah.
So she had the new, and who's upset? The actual
daddy,
father?
because he wasn't allowed in there to see when his child was born.
He didn't impregnate you. I did.
Yeah. But she's looking out for number one.
Who's number?
She got you 18 years.
And I got 18 years. So guess what?
This
If I'm paying for the next 18 years, I better be there when that thing's delivered.
Oh no, but she's giving birth. She's saying, look, I got you.
Nah.
You're not Mr. Right. You're Mr. Right now.
I don't care.
I got this other one on the back burner for 18 years, no matter what. She's looking out for herself.
Nah, bro. Nah.
Who cares about the kid?
Nah, baby daddy got to be there, bro.
I mean, I agree.
I'm responsible for this thing for the next 18 years.
I was about to say this, Vlad. If I were ever pregnant, that can't happen. We're actually going to find out during Something or Nothing that it possibly can happen. But if I were pregnant, I'd probably want the baby's daddy in there. I mean, it's kind of like the right thing to do, right? And also, way to move on after within 9 months get pregnant by a dude and already have a new boyfriend.
That new dude is a sucker.
Yeah. I mean, look. Love the ladies long time, but that's a lot of baggage you're taking on right there, brother.
Some heavy baggage
That's
you're dealing with.
Serious baggage. Okay.
She was doing things while you know what?
I can't even we're not untangling that soap opera right now. What we are going to untangle is this recent draft, Jaime Jaquez Jr. for the Miami Heat, and maybe some of these other moves. Have the moves, Vlad, that we have seen by these NBA teams, these 3-team, 4-team moves, have they made some teams better or made some teams worse? This is Sports Day on 560 WQAM. 560 Sports WKAM. This is Sports Day on a Saturday, noon to 4 Saturdays, noon to 4 Sunday. Vlad and I, who is my cousin, we will be here.
Sac passe.
Representing for family. Tell them, lève-toi. Well, you don't really have to get up that early to get noon, but nonetheless.
I don't like sac passe.
Why did I say that?
Because we Haitians say sac à fête.
Yeah, that would be true.
That's what we really say. We don't really say, sac passe. It's like sac à fête.
Sac à fête.
Which pretty much is the same thing. But it's but it's the terminology and the verbiage is better.
Yeah. No, my mom, Big Lynn's going crazy right now in South Louisiana, hearing all this Creole talk and stuff. I know people in South Florida going a little crazy. I'm not going to lie. I like the draft pick that the Heat got. Jaime Jaquez Jr. out of UCLA. He's had some good numbers. He's had some really good times at UCLA. He started out back in 2019, 2020, averaging 9 points. Okay, second year, averaging 12.3 points. Then he started really coming into his own when they made that Final Four run. His junior year, 14 points, and his senior year, that is 18 points. He was averaging basically 18 points last game, 2.5 assists, 1.5 steals per game, free throw shooting. Oh, he's at eight rebounds. What was his 3-point shooting? 317. Okay, that can come up though when you get him going. And remember, he's only playing 33 minutes and he scored 18 points. So that's a pretty good return on your minutes right there. Jaime Jaquez Jr. is a very exciting player to watch. He was exciting to watch in college. I like the way that he could fit right in here at 6'7", Vlad, 225 with the Miami Heat. Give us that good scoring. He's got good pedigree. His family has a basketball family. He's from California, so he's been on the big. I like that he's been on the big stage because sometimes you get these guys that haven't played on the biggest of stages and they come to Miami and they just kind of get engulfed. Well, he's played in Los Angeles. He's been in front of Los Angeles' crowds. He's not scared of big cities. He's obviously not scared of the big time because he played great in the Final Four a couple of years ago for the UCLA Bruins. Pac-12 Player of the Year last year. I mean, a lot. Second team All-American last year. First team All Pac-12 the past 2 years. Feeling pretty good about that. Good defender, by the way. He was two-time Pac-12 All Defensive Team in 2021 and 2022. That's got to get you excited right there, Vlad. Not just the offense, but the defense that he's putting out there for you.
Oh, you're gonna get defense. A lot of people. A lot of people like who are on the Twitch, watching on the YouTube. They call him the Mexican Draymond.
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of that. I didn't know him so much for his defense. I knew him a lot for his offense. He made some really big shots, I thought, in tournaments. Because, I didn't watch enough UCLA outside of some of the bigger national games. But every time I saw him playing, he was making big shots, making big plays, and apparently throwing down some big defense. So I like the pick. They could have gone with the guy from Iowa. He was averaging 20 points a game. He was kind of doing his thing in the Big Ten. But I'm more excited about Jaime Jaquez Jr., to be honest with you. But we'll have to wait and see. Will he still be in a uniform? Once again, we'll have to wait and see. We've already seen some trades that have happened in the NBA, and I kind of want to go through some of those with you, Vlad, and kind of see how you feel about everything. How do you feel about Chris Paul? And now he is going to be over there.
That makes no sense to me.
No sense.
No, it makes no sense.
Jordan Poole just wasn't working, man.
No, listen. Jordan Poole wasn't working, and clearly it shows that not everybody was so against that punch that Draymond threw at him.
Seemed like the team kind of
seemed like the vets, like Clay stuff. Seemed like they wanted to punch him too, or they weren't too upset that occurred. So therefore, you're going down with the valuable four, the core four. Well, now it's the core three now because I don't think Iguodala is coming back, but you're going down with the nucleus. It's Kerr, it's Curry, it's Clay, and it's Draymond.
And Draymond, he did opt out, but
I think he only opted out so that he can give them more money. A lot of people don't realize that sometimes you're opting out is the benefit is to benefit both parties.
Right. There's so many moves and things that you have to do, but that was the problem with the Jordan Poole last year. So the punch happened, and you didn't really see a lot of like making right and forgiving.
But it's also. You're right. You didn't see a lot of,
and then we don't know. Went on, it stayed kind of nasty.
We don't know, Dan. We don't know, Dan. We don't know if Draymond didn't try and just Jordan Poole because
something wasn't right.
Something wasn't right because and you gotta listen to when these people talk, even when they're not saying something.
We played back stuff from Draymond,
right?
Giving his flowers to everyone on the team, but specifically leaving out Jordan Poole.
Kerr talking about the Heat and how the players don't care if they don't play one game. They play 30 minutes today and they don't play 4 in the next 5 games. They're focused. They know their role. They're ready to be called upon when need be. And that they realized Jordan Poole wasn't doing that. And we saw his displeasure. He was almost giving off Stephon Diggs type of vibes when Diggs was complaining with Josh Allen in that divisional round loss to the Bengals. It was the same thing Jordan Poole was doing in that second round loss to the Lakers. And I think the team got sick and tired of it. I think what also the team didn't really want to give him that much money, but they were forced to because Draymond threw that punch. Let him go. Hey, Jordan Poole, beat a man in DC, bro.
That's what I like. That I
beat
like
a man in Chocolate City.
I like it for a bunch of things. Was that my guy? No. That was a different guy. That's
John Wall was the king of Chocolate City.
Oh, because one time the mayor of New Orleans, when they were rebuilding after Hurricane Katrina, said, "I dream of this chocolate city," and I was like, "What? Okay." Nonetheless, not working with Golden State. You have to do something. Jordan Poole now gets a new start, which I think he'll actually have a good start over in the Washington Wizards. I think he'll be a good player there. Chris Paul.
I don't get it though. I don't get that Chris Paul move because he's 38 and he's not going to be starting.
You don't think he's going to start?
Who's he going to start against? You got Wiggins, you got Clay, and you got Steph. You got Draymond. What you going to do?
A guy who throughout his 18 years or however many years in the league.
Maybe he's not. Maybe he realized that it's better for him to come off the bench. Maybe he, like same way Kyle Lowry realized it was probably better for his career, the length of his career, to come off the bench. Chris Paul's 38. I don't know if Chris Paul can give you 30 to 35 minutes anymore.
But this is a guy who still had pretty decent numbers last year, but also gets the most out of his teammates. One of the greatest point guards we've ever seen in the game. And if you can get guys like Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Andrew Wiggins going, this is a dangerous team.
They get themselves going. Draymond's the point guard, and they run. Chris Paul can't run like that anymore. Dan, he doesn't push the ball up.
He's as crafty and as good as they've ever been as a point guard position.
Hurt as tomorrow Sunday.
That's a big question. Is he going to get hurt in the playoffs and let you down again? Is he going to get hurt? Is he going to be too slow? That's all good questions. It's worth taking a flyer, not working with Jordan Poole. I say get him out there.
But they're an older team that got older.
Yeah.
They're an old team that got older. That's why it doesn't make sense to me. Now, Chris Paul to the Lakers or the Clippers, that would have made sense. But you're on a team that already got an established point guard and Steph, and they're real. They got the real motive for that team is Draymond. Draymond's the guy that can get you triple-double because he doesn't necessarily need points to be a contributor to the team. Chris is going to need the ball in his hand.
I like the firepower, man. I like the ability that he brings to the team. And like I said, it may implode and it may be an absolutely terrible choice, or maybe it just makes everybody a little bit better on that team. And as we know, that team's got some championship pedigree. So
they do, but I don't know.
You're not a believer in Chris Paul.
I am. No, not anymore. Not at 38. Not after the last 5-7 years. Every time he's in the postseason, he's been injured.
That is a worry. That is a worry, but we'll have to wait and see. What about Porzingis? He is going to the Celtics.
KP is listen.
When he's healthy,
and
he's underrated. I'll give him credit for that.
I don't think he's underrated. I don't think he's overrated. I think we all fell in love with KP when KD gave him the tag unicorn, because nobody's 7'6", 7'3" guy who could move, shoot the ball like that. But like I said earlier, he also had a lot of injury problems.
Mm-hmm.
Like last year was probably one of the first seasons where he actually played more than 60 games. He played 65 games last season. And he's not a guy that you can play 82 games. If it is a back-to-back, you're going to have to sit him. But in the playoffs, he's a guy that can stretch the floor. And you saw Celtics realize they couldn't stretch the floor with Tatum and Brown. You got a guy that you don't have to. That was the problem with the Celtics. They had a lot of turnovers. Most of it self-inflicted. You take 2 dribbles, they double team you, pass that ball to the wing. That boy KP could shoot the 3, post it down low, or attack the basket. It's a good move for them.
A lot of people are saying Boston Celtics become one of the big-time favorites because now you got the Jaylen Brown, you've got the Jason Tatum, you got Porzingis. Of course, you lost Marcus Smart, and that was one of the guys in your team that was the nitty-gritty type. But you got some good pieces there that you can really make it happen. So I don't know. I don't think Boston's all that much better. But then again, I've never seen Kristaps Porzingis play with a team like that and be healthy all the time. So once again, it all comes down to health. We we'll have to wait and see about that. And Victor Wembanyama, your biggest worry, of course, he is number 1 overall to the San Antonio Spurs. Greg Popovich is his coach. He knows how to coach players, but you're worried that with the length of his height, and there's just too much chance that he could get injured. Is it because of his height or his skinniness or is it because of both or what? Just his build?
His build, man.
His build. Yeah, in sports, it's a grind. And when you're tall and skinny, there's just a lot more of you
Because
to get hurt.
you're playing in Europe. You're not
Right. It's definitely, I know I've seen the defense and the windows are a lot bigger in France than they are in the NBA.
Okay, regular season defense, he's gonna feel in the NBA. It's gonna be a lot. And guess what? We all us that live down here, that live in the States, we all crap on the defense that we see in the regular season. They're like, they're not playing that much. Then come the postseason. We saw the defense that was being played in the postseason to the point where, like, geez, you're not gonna call a foul on that. I mean, God, the guy just got raked in the face, you know. But he's about to deal with that. And if you're 7'5",
7'5",
a $190, 200 pounds, you're a leader, man. You're a leader. You're light in the ass. They're gonna bust you.
And that's why I think it's going to be a little bit of an adjustment. Of course, he's moved to a new country. He's playing in a totally different league. Like I said, I saw the windows that he had to score in France, and they were just gigantic. Even by NBA regular season, not carrying standards, they were gigantic. He's going to have to put a lot of muscle, a lot of size. Is he going to be committed to his craft? He looks like the type. He seemed like the type. So I like his odds, but yeah, the big question mark, the big worry would be, is he going to stay healthy, and how much of adjustment is it going to be from Mets 92 in France's league to playing with the San Antonio Spurs in the NBA? But you got to like a 7'5" guy that can get some threes, that can rebound, that can block shots, that can pretty much do it all. Drive, pass. It's got a nice young tool set. Just maybe needs to learn some of the finer ins and outs of the game. Jaime Jaquez Jr., as I like to say, he's our guy right now. He could be the king of Miami if he comes in there. Like I told you during the break, Vlad, if he comes and starts balling out right away, Tyler Hero needs to start looking over his shoulder because
why you say that? He's gonna. If first of all, he's not starting.
You never know.
Who's he gonna replace?
Tyler Hero.
He's not replacing Tyler.
Trade
Hero.
piece, man. You could become a real bad trade piece of Jaime Jaquez.
Yo, did you not listen to Pat Riley, bro?
I know. He said he's a centerpiece of the
You know, when we come back, we're gonna play some of this Riley sound bites, all right? And Riley's not letting him go. He's a Wildcat. Riley is very loyal to his Kentucky Wildcats.
Okay. All I'm saying is they made a playoff run without him. He comes back, and you got this Jaime Jaquez Jr.
How great was he in the
balling?
Yeah, but Dan, you're acting like
it's a big salary.
You're acting like Hero wasn't huge for us in the bubble. Like he didn't help us get to the finals in the bubble. This is me sounding like Pat Riley, because that's exactly what Riley said. Like everybody trying to throw shade at Tyler Hero, you're acting like this guy's not a bona fide 20-point scorer, 6th man of the year, and helped us to a NBA final 3 years ago.
What Riley said, plus some something or nothing next here on 560 WQAM.
Tyler is, just an extraordinary scorer and fourth quarter player, big time shot maker. He's 23 years old. You got to watch it, with these guys. And, last year he was out in the Eastern Conference Finals for almost 4 games with a groin. And, this year he broke his hand. I'm a loose ball guy, ball on the floor, first guy to the ball. I'm going to caution him on his shooting hand, to go with his left hand or something. But, we missed him. People don't understand just how lethal he is in those moments. He gets bigger in the biggest of moments. He just does. We've seen it time and again, from the bubble to here. So, we've got 2 anchors in Bam and Tyler. Whatever your thoughts are about him, you say whatever you want. They can't guard you. How many people in this league, get singled out and say, okay, we're going to run a pick and roll and we're going to switch and we're going to bring Tyler up or Duncan up or Max up or Gabe up, or whoever it was, to create a mismatch, and that stuff, when you do the analytics on it, it's, whatever happens, but he's a player. And you got to think twice about, I don't know how I got into Tyler on this, but just bring me back to the center here, Tim. But anyway, it's, that's how I feel about this team. I feel about him and about our young guys. We have good anchors, and obviously we got good veterans, and we're excited about that opportunity.
So Pat Riley all in, it seems like, on Tyler Hero. I got to believe him if he's saying that. He's young, he's talented, he can score. I was a little worried when he goes, but we missed him. He got injured last year in the Eastern Conference Finals, and he got injured throughout the playoffs again this year. It's like, ooh, a little injury prone, but I guess that's just the NBA. I don't think that's anything to get too worried about. But yeah, Pat Riley seems all in. So he's young, he's talented. Pat Riley says, just be a little bit careful, don't hurt yourself, and we should be fine. Pat Riley, a ringing endorsement for Tyler Hero.
We're about to play something or nothing. That's a lot of something. And you notice that he mentioned Bam and Tyler. Like I said,
mentioned Jimmy, though. That was weird.
No, well, the Wildcats. I'm telling you, the UK, the University of Kentucky is a mob. It's a mob. All right. And you could tell he got his 2 conciliaries there. He's got his 2 made men, and Tyler and Bam. He's not letting them go. He's letting you know that right now. Tyler's going nowhere.
So if you're saying that Tyler's going nowhere, that might mean somebody's not coming here, because there ain't no way.
I'm thinking
they're making a trade without.
You're running this back again with the same squad.
I'm starting to think, is Dylan Brooks going to be our big move this offseason? I mean, what else works? I mean,
you're strapped.
Zach LaVine and Dame Lillard, they're not going to go easy. You're going to have to move someone. And you already know they ain't moving Bam or Tyler, because it's Wildcat Nation till I die. Ooh, there's nobody else. There's nobody else, Vlad. Dylan Brooks. Oh, man. Can we get DeJounte Murray?
Now I'm listening to Ross. I'm looking at what's going on out there.
Man, you're starting to make me believe, Vlad.
And the thing about it is, if he says, so what, I'm going to run it back. What you going to say? What can the Heat fan base say?
You were right. We shouldn't doubt you. We doubted you last year during the regular season, but we sure enjoyed that ride in postseason.
Oh, don't trust. You can't trust me because I'm a Knicks. Listen, man, I'm just speaking the truth. I'm not. Listen, this is not about fandom here or anything like that. The man, you have to listen to what the guy is saying. People don't read between the lines. You got to read between those answers.
We're going to be hearing a lot more from Pat Riley this next hour. The last hour going to be kind of like a Riley hour, but right now you're going to tell me, Vlad, whether it's something or nothing. Running through it. Chelsea rejects Man U's 3rd offer for Mason Mount. They were going to give him a cool 55 million euros a year. Is that something or nothing?
Nah, they want a better deal.
They're going to keep waiting for it. Speaking of a deal, the Cubs and the Cardinals, they're out in London right now playing a baseball series. The Cubs are whooping them up 7-0 in the bottom of the 6th. That's
playing a beatdown. Oh, that's something, man. Anytime you can go, play baseball across the Atlantic and you're whooping your rival's ass, yeah, that's something.
But I'm wondering, how many people are there?
There's a lot of people.
Is it a novelty, or is it people making the trip?
I think 3 years ago, the Yankees and the Red Sox played a weekend series in London,
okay.
and it was very exciting. no bad reports. Everybody was happy. The England fans knew what they were watching and following along. So I don't think there's any problems with
Trying to globalize the game. That's always good. Drake announces his first book of poetry. It's called Titles Ruin Everything. Is that something or nothing?
It's something.
Drake, man, he's a poet.
It's something.
Rappers
now
are
he's
poets.
I mean, yeah, he's put poetry in art, on beats.
Yeah.
Now he's just writing straight poetry. I wonder if those poetry is gonna be better than some of his lyrics.
You know what? They're probably going to be, their own thing. I could see Drake being a great lyricist, but also at the same time a great poet.
I might read like one of his poems and be like, oh, that's a bar. That's
a
bar right there.
Yeah, man. You don't know. Lizzo announced that she is starting a scholarship for Black music students at her alma mater, University of Houston, especially those that specialize in playing the flute, just like her. Is that something or nothing?
I guess it's something.
If you say nothing, then you'd be a terrible
I'd be
person.
a terrible. It's nothing.
No, it's something, man.
It's
Goodness
nothing.
gracious. Everybody does scholarships and helps students out and everything. It's weird. Lizzo's a flutist, and
I'm not shocked.
Trying to help out the flute world. Lizzo's talented, man. And I'm not just saying, singing and dancing. Like, she's got some musical.
She's got a pretty face, though.
To each their own. I love Lizzo, man. I love her lyrics. I'm into it, man. Tokyo residents, they take comfort in new fluffy street strolling alpacas. Apparently you can, untie an alpaca and walk with it on the streets of Tokyo, and people are taking it comfort, kind of like one of those, what do you call it? Emergency health animal, whatever, mental health animals.
Like stress, like anxieties.
Yeah, nothing. You don't like that?
No.
You don't like the street animals? I love street animals. I even like seeing the chickens outside here by the radio station in the streets.
Yeah, because next day they're gonna be cooked.
Little fricassee.
He might be eating them in 2 days.
Little fricassee. A pub obsessed couple in Great Britain visited 23 bars a day, and they buy a pint at each and every one of them, spending about $17,000. Something or nothing.
That's something. Yo, your wife comes with you to the pub. She's a slush.
I love it.
She's a slush.
Hot mess. You and her just getting drunk and going home and just doing what you got to do.
God.
And you share common interests. That's something. That's special. Last but not least, Vlad, I told you about this a little bit earlier. I hinted at it. In a rare.
She's not even a lush. She's a slush. That's how bad it is.
I love it. Go to Bob's Your Uncle later today when I get off work. Oh, it's going to be so nice. This is one, Vlad. This one's, oh man, I talked about it a little bit earlier. In rare medical condition, a man in India has been pregnant with twins for 36 years.
Wait, what?
It's true. A man is pregnant for 36 years
with
in
twins?
India with twins.
How do they know he's pregnant with twins?
Because he has a rare medical condition. I mean, they're not like living it. Well, they're almost like tumors, but they are technically babies inside of his stomach.
So he's got heavy gas.
But they don't develop. Oh man.
That's all. Yeah, he has heavy gas, and we're calling it twins.
No, there's actual babies inside his
Ain't
stomach.
no babies, man. Stop.
They're
Stop.
living inside.
Stop.
You know how the kids don't ever want to leave home?
We can't. Men cannot have. Stop.
You sure men can have babies?
I'm sure men can have babies.
You promise me? I'm just asking. I'm asking for a friend. I don't know what's going on, Vlad. All right, up next, we're going to dive into what the Godfather said earlier this week at the press conference, and we'll read between the lines, plus give you some headlines and everything else that's going on in the world and sports world here on 560 WQAM. Always enjoy a Saturday, especially when it's sunny and beautiful. Not so much here in little Haiti/El Portal. It's a little overcast, but no worries. Not going to stop the fun of the weekend. My cousin Vladimir Louisson and I, Dan Day, with you until 4 o'clock. We'll be back tomorrow from 12 to 4. Starting to plan out my Jensen's liquor store run around this time of the day so I can get a couple of beers in me, get ready for tonight, and see all that's going down. Right now, not too much going down in the sports world. This is the time of the year where you're getting an MMA fight that is live. It must be from Saudi Arabia. And then also I see women's auxiliary or unlimited softball on TV right now, Vlad.
And on Fox, there's Cubs Cardinals from London.
Oh,
England.
yeah, that's exciting. I saw some track and field. Now I'm down for some track and field action, man. I am a track and field fan, but outside of the traditional sports, football, basketball, baseball, hockey in the United States, what's your favorite quote unquote, and this is a bad use of the term, but alternative sports that are not in the big four that you like to watch here in the United States?
Boxing.
You're a boxing guy?
Yeah.
I mean, I love some boxing, man. I'll take boxing over MMA, to be honest with you. I like it. It's a little more strategic, it seems like to me.
I used to be that guy that would say that then, and I'm still that guy, but I'm not saying it vehemently. Like, I will watch some good UFC, some MMA fights. Like those, it's still combatants. It's manhood or or womanhood. Like there is something about going one-on-one against someone to prove that you're better. That's appealing.
I like soccer the most, and I know that's kind of an easy one to go with because it's not one of the big four here in the United States, but it's the biggest sport in the world. So
yeah,
I definitely love soccer.
But I kind of look at soccer like I think you love every type of team sport.
I do.
I think most people like any type of team sport.
Okay.
I mean, crap, man. The Olympics come on. We're watching volleyball.
Oh, yeah. I'll watch anything in the Olympics.
Dude, the Olympics come on. I'll watch some damn water polo.
I'll watch rhythmic gymnastics. I'll watch powerlifting. I don't care.
I just want to see who's better than who.
And
That's
it's the nationalism, too, that really gets to you.
Well, obviously, yeah, the patriotic pride and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes down to why I love sports, I love competition. So I love somebody. I remember telling Eddie Kaplan, listen, I'll stop and watch a street game. Basketball.
Oh, I thought you said a street gang. I'm like, dude, Vlad, you gotta get out of there, bro.
I'll stop and watch some street gangs go at it. From a distance,
behind a car.
Yeah, like they won't know. Because I'm not gonna be no eyewitness anything.
That's how you always know someone is not from the hood. When like a fracas breaks out.
A fracas.
The hood people are getting as far away as possible.
Nah, you already know what's about to happen.
The idiots are, wait, what's going on over there? Like, what are you doing?
Nah, you better get on. You better find safe. You gotta find a place secure.
You see somebody starts walking towards it. Look at what's going on. And it's like, no.
Like, it's funny that you brought that up. People always ask me, like, when I go out to a restaurant, why I'm always looking like around, and I'm like, yeah, I'm looking for exits. Like, I'm looking for where the quickest way for me and my peoples need to leave in case something gets crazy.
Right. You scan the room and you look
for any
scan suspicious characters. Right. You look for the exits, kind of figure it all out. You kind of get the lay of the land. You can do all that. And then you can get comfortable.
What utensils you may have to use. You
got to troubleshoot some things right there. So yeah, absolutely. Heat Cult lets us know women's national soccer team. That's his favorite. I do love women's soccer. I love women's soccer as much as men's soccer. I'll be honest with you about that. I'm looking forward to the World Cup over there in Australia and New Zealand. I even watch a little NWSL every once in a while. We talked about me trying to buy some Angel City gear, maybe some Portland Thorns gear. And okay, I do want to say this, and I thought about this. Thorn, like because they're the Rose City Thorns,
okay, I got you.
not Thorn. No, that would be a team. I'd buy that gear. The Portland Thongs, yeah, buddy. I did actually think about this, and I was talking about buying some NWSL gear, which I will do to support, especially Angel City, which is all female investors who are investing into the team. But you don't have to look any further than the expansion MLS team, St. Louis. It is an all female owned team, so you can also support that if you're looking for female power. A lot of people don't know that. That's some knowledge.
Okay.
That's some knowledge. But
we support
the ladies on this show.
We support the ladies.
There's one thing we do here.
We do love the ladies.
We do love the ladies. Let's run back the montage right now and get everybody up to date.
Sugar in my hair, melting everywhere in the sunshine.
2 for 3 tonight. First pitch in the air, fairly deep, right center field. He's gonna watch it go! Garrett Cooper! A 3-run bomb in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Marlins Dolphins are punishing the Pirates bullpen, and they lead 6-4.
Take me anywhere, take me anywhere. Wanna be your guy.
With the 18th pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the Miami Heat select Jaime Jaquez Jr. from UCLA.
It's all I can do. Blazing for you.
We're not going to take a wrecking ball to this thing. only some of us know what I'm talking about. You know, good times come, good times go. Hard times come, hard times go. You know, we're not going to take a wrecking ball to a good team.
Down while my face starts to crystallize.
And he hung one. Did he get it? Did he get it? Yes, he did. Tommy Tanks walks it off. And the LSU Tigers will face the Gators in the finals. No-doubter RBIs number 99 and 100 on the season. And Tommy White moves the Tigers into the championship. Manassi comes in out of the bullpen, tries to land a first pitch, and Tommy White gets the head out. A no-doubter. Enjoy that one, young man. That'll put you in the record books as the Tiger right there.
What a baseball game. I mean, the starters were everything we wanted to see. The bullpens were outstanding, and Cam Manassi comes in and one pitch into it, a slider that's a little bit too far up. Tommy White's now driven in 100 this year, 99 and 100 right there. Tommy White walks him off, and LSU and Florida will play for the national championship.
With the first pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the San Antonio Spurs select Victor Wembanyama from Nanterre, France.
Here's the 1-1, and a ground ball hit left side, could do it. John Birdie's got it in the lever, throws the first. This ball game is over. It's a heart-stopping, edge-of-your-seat, 5-run bottom of the 8th inning for the Miami Marlins. They have wrapped up their 21st come-from-behind win of the season, and they take care of the Pittsburgh Pirates tonight. They beat them 6-4.
So, Vlad, I was going to come back and say, the Montage Jacuzzi boys from right here in Miami, they're playing at Gramps tonight. I got to get out to Wynwood and check those guys out. But maybe my night plans are changing because our good friend Sergey on the Twitch page.
Sergey's been on one today. Thank you. You've entertained me so much today.
He just twitched in. If you like team sports, go to the Dollar Tree off Southwest 10th Terrace and wait for a black Audi at 10 o'clock tonight. Give the driver the code word leather.
And then you know what? And menu says, yo, Sergey's pitching too many shady back alley deals. It's true. Every deal that Sergey has, it's always a back alley. He wants me to be the back alley at Cheetahs, the back alley at Tootsies. It's always some back alley, and there's always some special word, some promo word.
Sergey and Heat Culture got me thinking now, Southwest 10th Terrace, 10 o'clock, just to see where the rabbit hole goes and if he's for real. Because if I don't show up tomorrow, that means I definitely check that thing out.
Is that off the Sawgrass?
You got me, man. I'm going to Google it, and I'm probably from my phone because I won't do it on this computer. But I was planning on going to Gramps tonight, check out Jacuzzi Boys, Miami band, playing there. Maybe I'll still go. This is what I have to figure out, Vlad. If I do go to Wynwood, I got to get there kind of early because I was going to go to my neighborhood bar, Bob's Your Uncle, or On the Rocks. But at 7 o'clock, LSU Florida National Championship Baseball Series starts. 7:30, Inter Miami, Philadelphia Union. Got to watch that. Then at 9:30, it's the U.S. men's national team versus Jamaica. Not a lot of breaks in there, man. I can't be breaking from North Beach all the way over to Wynwood. So I kind of maybe go to Grails. You think Grails would be the spot to go in Wynwood to watch the games and then walk on over to Gramps?
That might be the move.
Because, yeah, I know you got to like Grails. It's a sneakerhead, like sports themed bar in Wynwood.
I guess. I haven't been to Wynwood in a minute. So
I seem to be there every weekend all of a sudden.
Yeah, I see that.
Living that life, man. Living that life. So that might be my move. Grails, then go to Gramps, because I can't go to Jay Wakefield because they don't have a TV, or their TVs don't show sports, or if they do, they only have one TV. So Jay Wakefield's a good brewery, but I need to watch multiple sports. I got to watch the LSU Tigers, and then I have to watch the Inter Miami guys play, and then it's going to promptly be followed by the U.S. men's national team against Jamaica, and I got to watch that. That's going to be great, man. What's your plans? You got anything big tonight, Vlad? I always try to get a little idea in case something happens tomorrow and you and I don't appear in real life.
No plans.
We have an idea.
No plans as of yet.
No joke. I've actually texted Vlad that I'm still alive at places.
Oh no, and I'm like, good to know. Good to know.
He doesn't respond right away all the time, but sometimes
It's
you get
good
back
to know. And it's good to know.
Message received.
Message received. Message read.
It's important. It's important to know we're
At least you know the person read it. You know what I mean?
That's what's important. If I see red, then I know it went through.
It went through, right?
If things go haywire.
You ever look at something you thought you sent it, and then all of a sudden it's a green? You're like, damn. Oh, they didn't get it. They didn't read it. Oh man, I can't be that upset.
Dude, I stepped in front of a car the other day. I swore that person was going to hit the accelerator on me, man. But they didn't. But I now realize, like,
did your light flash right before you?
More or less, like, oh yeah, they really probably could just hit the accelerator right now and act like they were joking or something, but they didn't. It was cool. It was cool. I don't know how do you approach cars when you have someone driving and you're getting in and out and stuff like that? Is the back the way to go, or walking out front the way to go? Staying close is definitely the way to go, because they can't catch enough speed to, like. And why we're talking about this, I have no clue. No clue. The Dolphins are plus 2,500 to win the Super Bowl, minus 105 to make the playoffs. Dan Orlovsky, he likes your Jets. He likes the Bills, but he does not like Miami, simply because he has that Tua has not proven that he can stay healthy for an entire season.
All I know is Dan Orlovsky was very heavy on Matthew Stafford going to the Rams, and he was proven right. So Dan Orlovsky knows what he's talking about.
Okay.
Listen, I just think the top two teams in the division are the Jets and the Dolphins in the AFC East. How about that?
I agree. I've agreed with that since day one. Yes, I still think they're better than the Bills. That's true. Marlins Pirates, game 3 of their 4-game series starts at 4:00. Brian Hoeing will start for the Fish. Vlad, did the Fish get a win today?
Yes.
I think so. Better. Yesterday, they were up 1-0 after one inning. Then they were up 1-0 going into the ninth inning. And then AJ, be careful, Puck went in there and
he pucked it up.
Be very careful right there. Inter Miami, they're trying to end a 6-game losing streak against the Philadelphia Union. Now, they did beat the Philadelphia Union in the 2nd game of the season.
But you've been saying that a lot about a lot of teams that they played. Oh, they beat this team early, and then the team gets their revenge.
Once again, I'm going to ask you, Vlad, reassure me that I should sit there, watch that whole game, and I will enjoy my evening.
If there's any messy mentions, you enjoy your evening.
Okay. U.S. men's national team, they play Jamaica 9:30 tonight. Now, the U.S. men's national team been hotter than a $2 pistol. Do they continue that streak tonight?
You know, I love my peoples, man. I love my yardie. I love my yardies, man. I love my Jamaican people, man.
I do too. I love my Jamaican people.
I think they lose 2-1 though.
The
Jamaicans lose 2-1 to the U.S.
Yeah. I think the U.S. will probably be a little bit better. They've just got so much talent in Jamaica. Although good, their talent can sometimes wane a little bit.
But a lot of Red Bull and rum will be drunk, and a lot of weed will be smoked.
Is Red Bull and rum a big Jamaican thing?
I'm drinking rum.
I do like the Red Stripe, but once again, we've already established on this show, Red Stripe is very good, but it is still secondary to Prestige, which is from Haiti.
You're not gonna hear any complaints from a Haitian.
I've had both. I've had both. You know, I mean, I'm all about Haiti, Jamaica, the United States, and everything like that. But I do like that Prestige beer a lot. I like the Red Stripe beer a lot too. But
Prestige is good, man.
Prestige is really good. I may have to go to Jensen's liquor store, grab me one of those.
Shout out to Jensen's.
Yeah, I know we love Jensen's. Manny and Don Julio and just everybody that works there. Love it. They always listen, always watching, always taking care of us. It's great. This is the one I'm scared to ask you about, Vlad, tonight. 7:00, Omaha, Nebraska. LSU, we already know they've won the shot wars that are going on in Omaha, Nebraska, but will they win the overall war when they take on Florida?
I think they keep this momentum going, bro. I think they win game 1. It's gonna be a 3-game series.
Okay, I'll take that.
It's gonna be 3. It's going to full maximum.
Okay,
but you win game 1. You win game 1 tonight.
Off the high of the last game.
I think off the high of the last game.
Tommy Tanks, Paul Skeens isn't going to be pitching. That's okay. Dylan Cruz, National Baseball Player of the Year, all for LSU. You know, they said something. They said LSU right now, this current team has more prospects on the team than the whole New York Mets organization does. Ooh, that was a fire sale, but nonetheless. Did you see the shot wars that are going on at Rocco's Pizzeria and Bar in Omaha? Apparently, you go to this place, they sell shots, and you register what team you're from, and they keep a tally on, you know, how many shots have been bought. LSU has now broken the all-time record, like 12,000 shots that have been bought over these past 2 weeks. And it's like the all-time record. Big shout out
to y'all drink a lot. Y'all drink. I think y'all drink the minute you're born.
And also LSU's been there the whole time. Yes, we do drink a lot, and we get challenged when other people try to challenge us.
Leroy used to say like they used to give him money, and like kids at 5 years old could go to the liquor store and like, hey, I know your mama.
Yeah, you still can. You still can.
Yeah,
I've done that.
That's what I'm saying. So
Big Lynn broke me off some dollars and said, "Get yourself some candy," and I go there and you get some Skittles and a 6-pack of beer.
So I'm thinking to myself, how the hell the LSU fan base,
who is the strongest baseball fan base, college baseball?
The
in America?
LSU men's baseball team fan base has drunken 12,000 shots.
Yeah,
they've taken 12,000 shots. Not drunken. They've taken 12,000 shots in 2 weeks.
Yeah, but
that's 6,000 a week.
Big ups to Raising Cane's founder Todd Graves, who started Raising Cane's in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, right on LSU's campus. At one point, he bought like $6,000 worth of shots and just started handing them out to people just because they wanted to break the record and they just didn't want anybody to touch them. So if I had that type of money to blow, I don't know if I'd blow. Well, I've blown a lot of money on booze. Well, actually, Vlad, you and I have blown a lot of money on booze when it comes to ourselves and other people. So yeah, okay. Yeah, if you got it, why not?
You got it, flaunt it.
Let's flaunt it right now. Let's take a step into the day spa. To get back at her cheating husband, a woman befriended his mistress, but now has feelings for the mistress, and she sees why her husband cheated on her with the mistress.
Yeah, I like that.
I want to say this: that mistress owns that couple, man.
No, that mistress got the good.
Yeah, she got something.
She got the good. If you make shorty, if you the side piece and you make the main course realize, you know what? Maybe I wasn't really the main course like that. I understand why he cheated. My man is the man right now. He gonna get the best of both worlds.
He's already had the best.
Not really.
Mistress is kind of doing it too.
No.
To be that loved.
Because they got to understand. Side pieces got to understand. You have to understand you're not. I'm coming to you because you're not the main course. Oh, I am.
Huh? Wait, what?
I am messing around with you. I am messing around with you because you're not what I'm married to.
Yeah. It's part of the lore.
Right. So when side pieces start becoming like the main course, that's when you gotta let it go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But when the main course realized why the side piece is the reason, my man, you did well. You chose well. You chose a good wife and you chose a good side piece. You choose well.
I'd love triangle that one any day, man. Love triangle. Everybody loves each other, except maybe the mistress doesn't love those two, but nonetheless.
No, that I am proud of the wife, bro.
I'm proud of everybody in this situation.
That is a well versed human being. You know why? When they can see their flaws and be like, you know what? Maybe it was me.
I'm proud we're just talking about this right now. That's what I'm proud of.
I'm just good for her. Cop it up for her, man. Applause to the wife. Realize reason why she might have been the problem.
Applause to Pat Riley. He spoke to the media earlier this week on a multitude of heat topics. We're going to dive into that next here on Sports Day 560 WQAM.
it will depend on the moment, and it would depend on a specific transaction. And we're at a point as an organization, with Andy, being a master at what he does and figuring out a lot of that stuff, which is very important. And Adam Simon, Eric Amsler, Keith Askins, Zoe, all the people now that are part of this decision-making, Nick, process. There's a great rapport, and to be able to be skeptical but listen to each other is very important. And so when it comes to that time, it isn't though everybody has a vote, but everybody has a voice. And we try to speak with one, as we do with Eric, and he's a great coach and a great voice. To watch him grow over the years, as a coach, has been one of the proudest things that's ever happened to me.
Pat Riley heaping praise on Eric Spoelstra. Also, when the right time comes to make the right move, he and his heads will get together.
Ain't no fun if my homies can't have none.
No, that's it. Pat Riley going to try to make the right decisions.
But we know who the biggest dog with the biggest bite is.
It's always going to be Pat Riley.
It's always going to be Pat Riley.
Always Pat Riley.
He basically said, yeah, they can have a word. They can say something, but it still all comes down to what I decide to.
Your vote counts. It is heard, but it is overruled by mine.
Even Mickey's. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Even the owners.
Love it or leave it. Love it or leave it.
He's Riles, man. Listen, if you've been part of the NBA Finals 25% of his existence, yeah, you pretty much have the final say in anything.
Yep, you've gotten more right than you've gotten wrong. So he's just basically letting you know he's going to make some decisions. He's going to take into account of everybody's ideas and thoughts, but then he's going to trust himself more than anyone. And you know what? I prefer that, to be honest with you. He seems like he's the guy that always seems to make a lot of the right decisions, the right calls. That's why we say he's talking about possibly running it back. And
that's what I was just about to ask.
We start working out the math and saying there's a likelihood that this team could come back. Can't say too much. Because what was the end result of last season? Running it back?
The core has given you an Eastern Conference Final, Game 7, a missed three-pointer from being in the NBA Finals to an 8 seed, knocking off the number 1, number 2, being an underdog, and getting to the NBA Finals and actually winning a game. So I know you guys don't want to run it back with the same squad, but there's a great likelihood you're running it back with the same squad.
What if you're given the option? Okay, what we're going to do is going to run it back. And you might have a rough, like when I say rough, an up and down regular season.
What, another 44-38 season?
Something like that, yeah. But trust me, we can promise you're going to get back to the NBA Finals. You take it.
Well, and listen, you'll take anything that's going to promise you the end result of getting to the finals and then doing what you can in the finals. But I think Heat fans have been to the finals 2 of the last 3 seasons, Dan. They don't want to see just getting there. They want to lift the Larry. They want to see Jimmy and those guys lift the Larry O'Brien trophy.
Because let's be honest, when it comes to Jimmy, when it comes to Pat Riley, the window's closing a little bit. There's only a certain amount of time, a finite amount of time to get this done.
For Riles, yes.
Well, Jimmy's not young.
Well, Jimmy's 37 in Tibbs years.
Oh, okay, yeah. And speaking of birthdays, Lionel Messi, 36 today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Feliz cumpleaños.
Okay, so, but I want to give you this option. Okay, so a genie comes out. We always have this magic genie that gives you situations and what you can take for better or for worse. What would you do? Maybe not the easiest clear cut, but why would you do it? Comes out and says, look, you run it back. And you have a ho-hum regular season. You slide into the playoffs, but I can promise you, you'll make it back to the finals. I can't promise you're going to win the finals, Vlad.
They'll take it.
No. You're not listening to the other one. Now you land Damian Lillard, and you have the best regular season in the Eastern Conference, number 1 seed in the East. But I can't promise you anything past the regular season. Which one are you taking?
Are you taking the first one? You're taking the former.
You're taking the guaranteed. I make it to the finals, but no guarantee in the finals.
Listen, if you ask,
but Vlad,
no,
you've got Damian Lillard and a great core.
That's a great question, and the question to ask is not to me, because you need to ask the listeners like Chapo, Sergey, and all those guys. Because you know what? What I heard, this was the most thrilling, exciting 2 months of my That's what I was hearing from Heat fans. Heat fans were saying this was because nobody expected them. They were the underdogs. So if they could relive this again, they would.
But once again, you get in the finals, no promises. Could get swept up by Denver again.
But you got to the finals and it's 50-50.
Okay.
You're not telling them, you're not saying, oh, you get to the finals, but you lose again. You're telling them you get to the finals and then it's up in the air.
But once again, the more unknown behind door two. You get Damian Lillard. You know you're having a hell of a ride during the regular season. You're going to win the Eastern Conference first seed.
Okay,
maybe number one in the. Let's get number one in the NBA.
The reason why I would say they'll rather take what they rather experience last season again is because you know what happened when they were the number one seed in the Eastern Conference? That wasn't too long ago. That was 2 years. That was 2 years ago.
But you're
they were Jimmy Butler, and they were Jimmy Butler missed shot, and you saw the heartache, you saw the pain that was on with the EC fans. Yeah.
But now,
and did you see the excitement, the peacocking, as they like to say? Like they had. Let me tell you this: they're still riding the summer of Heat, this spring and summer of the Heat and Panthers. But we're talking specifically about the Heat. Of course, these Heat fans are happy. They'll do this thing again.
It doesn't entice you one bit to have the number one best regular season.
But you're not guaranteed. Listen, you're guaranteeing me an NBA final, and you're telling me I'm going to get you to the finals, and it's 50-50 if you can win, or play everything out. You get the best record, number one seed, and everything like that. But it's still up in the air.
Not a roller coaster ride, an unbelievable ride during the regular season. Best in the NBA with all the firepower, with Damian Lillard, with Jimmy Butler, talking with all
about
of this.
But if we're since 2006, so we're talking about 17 seasons. I think the Heat have seen it all.
You could get bounced in the first round, or you could go on and win that bad boy.
This fan base have seen it all. They've seen when they were the number one seed, with the big three, when they had the best record.
And they say it was the wildest, best ride of their lives.
Okay, and then they've seen when you were an 8th seed. And nobody expected, nobody gave you a chance. They still made it. As long as that man is still with the Armani suits, is still making basketball decisions, and as long as Spo is still the coach on the sideline, Heat fan, you can tell the Heat fan base anything right now. As long as you're telling them they're gonna win, they'll ride with it.
So you're taking the regular ho-hum regular season and then a run through the playoffs to make it to the finals.
Dude, regular season's ho-hum, right? So like we said, they can go 44-38. If you're telling me, oh, they're going to get 44-38, they're going to play in the playing game, they're going to win the playing game and then beat the crap out of whoever's the top seeds, I think Heat fans are going to take that, bro. Now, but I know for a fact they don't want to lose again. You've lost 3 finals in a row. It's been a minute since you won the finals. So that's what they want right now. So that's the reason why I don't think the fan base want to run it back with the same squad, because you've run it back twice and you've not gotten the results you wanted.
Because now it's time. It's not cute when you go 3 years in a row from almost being to the promised land. But remember,
if you're gonna give them a choice, they'll take the form. They'll take get me to the finals and 50-50.
Just let me warn you. Famous words of Alexander the Great: fortune favors the bold. Maybe you have to do something bold, like Dame Lillard, or do some movement to get that number one overall seed, and maybe just be the best team in the NBA and get through. What would I take? Of course, it's a sure thing. Making it to the finals. No shame in that. But the other option is the sky could be the limit. And you could have the best, you could have a legendary best team of all time. And you know how high you got when the big three were here and you won a championship. It's pretty nice. Take the sure thing, of course. Just, think about it. Could be interesting. Could be fun. Pat Riley, there's so much to digest from Pat Riley. I'm sure, Vlad, we have something else that we can listen to real quick for Pat Riley, kind of hear what he was saying and dive into the details, the nooks and crannies.
Ross, right now, didn't think there was they were talking about so much, man. They talk about what goes into making, big or subtle roster changes, and he discussed it.
Well, it's the addition by subtraction. So, yes, you could add something, and then you could subtract. All of the things that hold up what you want to add. So, I mean, there's a fine balance there from that standpoint. But to answer your question, yes, I think the league has changed in such a manner. The style, the rules, the young players that are coming into this league. This is now my 6th or 7th generation of players. And so this generation of players are more talented than they've ever been. Younger guys are coming in more finished, more polished. They may not be as mature, but that will come, from that standpoint. So, to be able to answer your question are we? Yes, because I think the league has about 4 teams at the top, or maybe 5 teams at the top and 5 teams at the bottom. And so that leaves 20 teams in the middle. And anything can happen, as we showed this year. I mean, teams that are 500 teams, could get it going. They have enough talent to get it going. And if they're not playing the load management game, or guys resting during the regular season, maybe that was the difference between 53 and 44 wins. We missed a lot of games. And so, we have to think about all of these things that go on in today's game.
So Pat Riley basically saying, just be there. That's all that matters. Just
That's
be there.
basic. There's so much parity in the league right now in every sport. It's like I said, I think every team has a 2-year window, especially if you're competing and you're contending for a title. You have a 2-year window, unless then you have to make some type of changes, whether minor or major. Riley realized, look, we got healthy towards the end of the season. Guys were fine with the nucleus of the team, the core, got healthy towards the end of the season. That's why they were able to make the run that they did.
So he's saying, just be there.
Just
then
be
make a
there.
run at the end of the
Be
season.
there and have a guy. And you have a guy, but some teams have multiple guys. And that's what the Heat fan base, the media, like guys like ourselves, I can't believe we're media now. But yeah, we're all saying that in order for this team to raise the Larry O'Brien trophy, they need another major star, superstar. Riles doesn't believe that.
No, he doesn't.
Not necessarily.
Which has me more and more believing that the guys that are just being there right now could just be there next season.
Because here's the thing: who's a free agent? Max Strus, right?
Max Strus.
So
and
we're
Gabe
thinking
Vincent.
now we're thinking to ourselves, Max Strus is probably going to make some money. A 3-and-D guy, a wing. He's probably going to be looking for. He's looking at nearly Duncan Robinson type of money.
Really?
Some team's going to be stupid enough to pay him that. I mean, I don't want to say stupid enough, but some team will offer. And I'm not counting nobody's wallet.
Goodness, that's. But
hard. I could see a 4-year, $72 million contract.
Okay, that's a little more realistic. Not $90 million and stuff like
but
that.
But whatever, 4 years, 72, you're still paying a man $18 million a year.
Oh, that's a lot of money for Max
Okay,
Strus.
But what is something that we said? A lot of these Heat guys, a lot of these undrafted players who've shown unbelievable talent. They've shown unbelievable that they can play the game, right? Unbelievable skill, but it's because Spo and that coaching staff knows how to showcase your strength and hide your weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
And when they go to another team and they don't run that same system, they don't have that same culture, they're not the same player. So if you're Max Strus and you've seen all the success that you've had under the Heat culture, do you come back on the hometown discount?
Yes, you do.
So then if you do that, you're really running the same squad over again. So can you run the same squad over again? The same nucleus that's gotten you to a Game 7 Eastern Conference Finals and got you to the NBA Finals Game 5.
And don't forget, I'm expecting a big year from Haywood Highsmith. Another year indoctrinated into that culture. Yeah, buddy. Up next, going to close out the show. This is a Saturday edition of Sports Day on 560 WQAM. You already know it is about that time. Vlad and I finishing up on this Saturday sports day at 560 WQM. We'll be back tomorrow from noon to 4. In the meantime, things are starting to heat up in the sports world when it comes to sports today. Just got a text 305-567-0560 from 305. We're talking about all-female and how we love the ladies. There's an all-female band by the name of Bongo Bongo playing at Titanic Brewery in Coral Gables tonight. I did see that. Thought that was very interesting, very exciting. The Jacuzzi Boys playing at Gramps. Going to try to make it out to that. And then at 4 o'clock, we got the Marlins taking on the Pirates. That's the next thing to kind of keep an eye on, get excited about. Tonight, 7 o'clock, LSU and Florida. I am getting murdered right now on the Twitch and YouTube pages. Odomania is really ripping me. He's apparently a big Florida baseball fan, and he's saying, remember back in 2007, Florida beat LSU. Florida's going to kill LSU. Florida defeats LSU. Yeah, I know all that stuff, man. 7:30. Inter Miami. Can we end the 6-game losing streak? And then 9:30, U.S. men's national team in the Gold Cup versus Jamaica. That's a lot right there, Vlad. Go somewhere with a lot of TVs. Don't go somewhere soft.
And I'm gonna watch some boxing tonight.
Oh, you got boxing too?
Yeah, see the Bodega champ.
Ooh,
Edgar Berlaga.
Nice.
He's coming, he's fighting. And they need to get him good, man. He was a heavyweight. I'm not a heavyweight. He was a heavy knockout, light heavyweight. And they were trying to, build him up. And then when they started giving him a little bit better opponents, he was, instead of knocking these guys out, he was winning on decision. So he's kind of in a no-win situation here because, he's supposed to put this bum on his ass.
Yeah.
So he's got to do it very, very convincingly.
Yeah, you hate to be in that.
Yeah, if you struggle against this guy, I don't see you getting any big-time fights.
Yeah, you're in a no-win situation. Like, if you whoop them, then that's what you're supposed to do. So no props to you. If you don't whoop them and you can still get out with a win, at least you got the win. If you lose,
just get the win. Just don't put a cricket number on the right side of the column.
Man, hate that situation when you get the pressure put on you like that. But nonetheless, we appreciate you joining us. 305-567-0560. The number, of course, tomorrow we'll be back on from noon to 4 like we usually are, whether it be 560 WQAM in South Florida. The Odyssey app, got the Twitch page, YouTube Live, that's 560 WQAM. How are things going to play out tonight? I feel good about the Marlins. I feel okay about LSU. I feel not so good about Inter Miami, but I feel good about the U.S. men's national team. And we settled on that, right, Vlad? Pretty much?
Yep.
You feel a little better about LSU than I do. I'm just so nervous, man. Florida scares me.
By the way, we didn't clarify the shots. It was Jello shots.
Yeah, Jello shots.
Yeah, it's not just shots.
Jello shots.
You didn't say Jello. You just said shots. So it would be nice for you to be very clear. It's Jello shots.
Stick with you, man.
That's happening in Omaha right now.
They don't break down very easily.
Yes.
Man.
All right, it's not regular shots because I was about to say 12,000 shots. Jesus,
they've been going through a lot of booze.
Drunks in Louisiana, bro.
They're going to Jello shots.
Jello shots.
Although sometimes those Jello shots will sneak up on you.
Oh, they do sneak up on you,
man. And then they break down differently than normal alcohol, so it's just like, oh goodness. But yeah, that's cool. Oh, I gotta be careful because people don't know Cajun lingo. Cajun people, I was going to use a different term for Cajun people, but some people might find it offensive. Those Cajun people down up there in Omaha are living it up. It's not a derogatory term. I was actually talking to someone. They're like, it's not. But people that don't know, if you use a certain term about Cajun people, it can be somewhat questionable. So I'm not going to use that. But hopefully, LSU can get it going tonight. Inter Miami, we are worried about them. But of course, most people are just worried about Messi. And other than that, I mean, unless you're enjoying this Athletes Ultimate Auxiliary Softball.
There's nothing much to do, bro, man. If it doesn't rain, enjoy this beautiful South Florida night. Watch Inter Miami.
U.S. men's national team.
My cousin's watching his LSU Tigers.
Oh, yeah. They got great concerts and fun. It's South Florida after all, Vlad. But you know what? You and I are getting up. We say bright and early because we're not that much of early risers. We're getting up bright and early tomorrow.
It's bright and early after Saturday night.
Saturday night, especially here in South Florida. We're going to be on from noon to 4. This has been Sports Day on 560 WQAM.
Later, fools.